Once you get done, will you make a video about this? What, the new volume? Probably. I love Arius as a school. They're like, I'd say like my top 3 clubs, honestly. I gotta read it first though. so we'll see. I did read a bit of like a, I guess like summary on like the wiki. So it sounds really interesting. Just starting in like a few minutes. Okay, I think everything's working. Let me just make sure. Alright. I don't know if this is like a full chapter. Like, I actually don't know. I'm assuming it is. I totally forgot about, like, what happens. Because I heard that, that, like, the Trinity swimsuit event was like a segue into this, but I don't know if that's entirely true. I'm just gonna start, though. Because I just want to read it. Episode 1 chains. Wait, let me make this bullshit a little smaller. That's Maya, dude. Okay, sorry, I was just like making sure everything's working. I haven't read Arius 2. I'm sure it's gonna be silly and depressing considering it's a school that was on Triple by Beaches. I mean, yeah, I saw like everything on... Dude, I kept getting spoiled like a little bit, but, you know, it's fine because it's not like the whole story got spoiled for me. But Arius has to have one of my favorite stories in this game, I just gotta say. Maybe I should take a break. I figured that as long as I made it here, things would work out one way or another. They have to. It has to be different outside. After all, if this was the path that the squad took, surely even I can follow in their footsteps. Did it start raining? I'm so cold. I can't feel my fingers. Just keep moving. I wonder what this is. Like, I remember the end of the Arius volume. Or no, I guess chapter 3, they were like walking out of that same tunnel. But I don't know if that's like, it's like the same location, because you know Blue Archive and their backgrounds. You haven't been paid for 5 days? Well, we never signed a contract, so as far as I'm concerned, you haven't worked at all. Arius? Nah, I haven't heard of it. So you mean to say you don't have any academic records at all? Huh, I could work with that. Bruh. Hey, got some under the table work for you. What do you mean you won't? Are you used to getting your hands dirty? How did I know? Do you think I really would have hired you without a background check? I have my ways of getting intel. You're trying to go clean? That's why you won't? Look, kid. There's only one thing you're good for, so you might as well make the most of it. What, you think some ice cream shop is gonna hire you to serve good, upstanding citizens? Get out of my sight. I've got no use for someone like you. It was all a lie. Nothing good would ever come my way. Nothing good would fall into my lap so easily. Nothing good ever happens the way you want. Dreaming is free, but the consequences of reality are inescapable. There's no paradise for runaways. I knew that I did, but I still held on to my dreams. I gotta remove all this shit so it's not like distracting. I fervently grasped for what they call hope. It was all just a dream. Ha. I made it back. I'm sure nothing's going to change, but I feel a little better at least. I gotta close my window, hold on. Arius Satellite School. The place where I was raised. Where I was forced to endure. Where I was educated. Our school. You're back. Huh? You probably have a lot to say, but for now, go get some rest. Is that Subaru? Yes, that's me. Kakehashi Subaru. That's Shigimaya, right? You don't have anything to worry about. Even if the world has abandoned you, I haven't. Arius hasn't. Yes. Welcome back to our Arius. Dude. Sometimes we think Blue Archive is a smaller world than we think. Because we mainly focus on, like, what, a few clubs sometimes, but, you know, this is really cool. It's cool to, like, see them expand more lore to the schools. Shifumi, it's been a while, Sensei. We need to see each other more often, or I might forget what you look like. Bruh. Well, interesting. I've committed the shape of Sensei's face and the point of their ears to memory. Calling a target's appearance perfectly is all a part of completing my mission. What are you even saying? Stop making it sound like you're going to assassinate Sensei. Rather violent intentions. Perhaps the nature of their mission is that of a late night call. For makeup classes, of course. Dude, we haven't seen these four motherfuckers in like a year, dude. Like 2 years. And now, what are you wait. And now what are you saying? Are you incapable of holding back your lewd tendencies for a single moment? Are you cursed? Will your tongue fall off if you don't talk about it at least once a day? Death penalty. Meow. Weird expressions are also illegal. I've just decided. Well, it would be nice to see you again before schedules pick up next week, Sensei. Next week? What's going on next week? Ah, I guess you wouldn't know. Trinity comprehensive exam season is going to be in full swing next week, so we really need to start studying, like, really badly. What's a Trinity comprehensive exam? The infamous Trinity comprehensive exam. It's a series of standardized tests meant to evaluate students' knowledge on all fronts: linguistic proficiency, health education, health classes, and health education. As the name suggests, it's a comprehensive exam of all the subjects we're expected to know. I don't think there's many sections on health. Wait, I get it. Is it different from your regular exams? I'm also curious about this detail. I learned what supplemental exams were from before. However, the main difference is that the test writers for the Trinity comprehensive exam aren't from Trinity. I can't remember exactly why. Something about credibility? Objectivity? Hi everyone. I'm just gonna be reading the volume today. And that's it. I just wanted to read it on stream. Thank you for stopping by. That's correct. There's too much potential for bias if the questions come from within Trinity. It could even provoke people to ask, how is it fair for the person who wrote the exam to take that same exam? And it's a small concession, but the comprehensive exam has the advantage of not including chapel studies. Ah, I get it now. It's a national mock exam. Huh? What's that? Something even worse than the comprehensive exam? I guess I get it. Based on my analysis of Sensei's expression, they did not particularly enjoy it. I understand. Sensei's trying to assure us that everyone dislikes taking exams, regardless of who they are, myself included. You find that hard to believe, Sensei? Despite your skewed perception of me, I am truly just an ordinary high schooler. Yeah, sure. Ordinary? Well then, if you're offering a special late night exam proctored by you, Sensei, that I enjoy immensely, you better stop it, or else. Oh dear Kaharu, or else what? Death penalty. I miss seeing these four together. Hello. Understood, Hifumi. There is no danger of failing the mission comprehensive exam. Yeah, since Trinity isn't proctoring this test, it won't affect our grades, but that's all the more reason for us to do our best. Sure, these students are elite. We can't come second to any other school. Also, won't you technically fail? You won't technically fail anything, but if you completely bomb, you'll have to... Oh, my game just crashed. How did my game just crash? Bruh. Well, I have to go back to the... This happened last time I read the Trinity swimsuit event. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Trinity swimsuit events. The Tea Party one. Is it not gonna, like, tell me to go back? That there's, like, an unread story? Bro. That was the first chapter too? Do I really gotta go back? Hanako be sabotaging? I swear, bro. Oh, just ignore that I haven't read Decagram. No, it was the second episode. Well, now I have to go back. Okay. I just remember we were there when Kaharu was saying death penalty. They're talking about, like, the fucking comprehensive exam. It shouldn't be that far in, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, there. You can put it that way. They just don't want to punish the struggling students too harshly. Kind of like what we did with the Makeup Work Club. I know it's called a study session, but they don't expect you to do much more than show up. But no one wants a study session to infringe upon what precious few hours we have to ourselves after school, do they? We're going to be the Study Hard Club to avoid makeups this time. Right. I mean, they're still part of the Makeup Work Club, no? Well said, Sensei. In the event that I end up being the only one to fail the comprehensive exam, will you be the teacher in charge of my makeup study session? Okay, Hanako. Yeah, you're not an ordinary student, girl. Just image it. An empty classroom. With just the two of us. It's so hot, you can open the window and the evening breeze graces over us. Being the troublesome student I am, I gaze at the warm flush of the setting sun. Sensei comes to chastise me. A strong breeze comes in. Sensei instinctively reaches out to protect me. The two of us are eye to eye, nose to nose, and we're even unconscious of how we're leaning in closer and closer. What? It's the face! It's the face! No way. Huh? You are banned from speaking. Banned. Dude, this is an awesome reaction image. You are banned from speaking. Probably analogous to some sort of entrance exam. Yeah, probably. I should see how everyone else is coping. I've never seen this background before, but I could be wrong. What the heck? We got like a new burger restaurant. The vigilante crew doesn't rest, even during exam session. Oh my god, it's Reza! Of course not. Academics and public safety are equally important. Behold, this indomitable will of the vigilante crew. We will never bend on our principles. Right, Tsuzumi? Oh my god, I love these two. I don't know exactly what principles you're referring to. Regardless, studying is the inherent responsibility of any student, so I have to agree. Sorry? Just seeing me makes you feel lighter inside? I don't know what that means. Me neither. There's no bad in something good. Koharu bans Hanako from the Discord call. Those two, bro. Those two. That background was in Neru Momotalk. Oh, really? Damn, it's that old? I just don't read Momotalks. Ignore like my 252 unread Momotalks, thanks. Oh, it's you two. I thought some visitor stuck in here. Since it's just here to check on us since it's exam season. The linguistics on these tests are so rudimentary. I hardly need to study. I bet Ui's like really smart. I didn't even read her event, but I bet she is. She looks like a bookworm. I mean, she is a bookworm, no? There's other subject too, Ui. That's why it's called the comprehensive exam. Books cover all sorts of subjects, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine even with math? Math! That's the good president. Dude, Ui, just like me for real. Just like how being a picky eater isn't good for your health, being a picky reader is bad too. Are you good at math, Shimiko? Me? I'm a first year, so the scope of my tests will be much less difficult than the president's. Who's a third year? I totally forgot Ui's a third year, holy shit. How unfair. Oh, cause I don't know, she makes an appearance. Oh my god. Hey Sensei, we did all get together to study for the comprehensive exam. Oh my god, she's like making me trip over my words. Holy shit. Listen well, brave students. When our sugar levels get low, so does our brain function. Only you would say that, Natsu. And we only refuel with the most premium of fuels, glucose. Therefore, indulging in dessert is critical this time. During this critical time is not only romantic, but completely necessary. Exactly! What is studying without snacks? This is why we keep you around, Natsu. And now we're here. Sorry, Sensei. You even made time to check on us. Of course I would check on you, cause I was surprised when I saw the new fast food place. I only just got near school, so I haven't read it yet. I know, right? I'm like, I didn't know they had a background for that. In a way, it's nice to see that some things never change. Yeah, you're right, dude. Everyone's like their old, like, jolly self over here in Trinity. Naturally, Sensei, a real knight rises to the challenge, whether it be exams or aid. In fact, this comprehensive exam is merely aid, given new form. I don't quite follow. Both exams and aid are benefit of the people. We must uphold our passionate dedication to proving aid by following its principles in all circumstances. Thus, aid comes in many forms, such as reaching out a helping hand with pure intentions rather than selfish desires. or standing against injustice by any means necessary. This is also a manifestation of aid. Consider the corrupt medical supplier who created a subpar product which failed to properly disinfect and treat wounds. An attempt to cut our costs. By meting out their punishment, I am aiding both them and the general populace. I mean, it's so beautiful. Dude, yeah. I didn't read Serenade Promenade, but I promise I'll read it when it comes around again. I'll pass lead to aid. I'm so sad I didn't read Serenade Promenade, bro. I'm like actually a fucking fraud, I swear. I didn't even read like that event. I've been reading the events recently, but I was just really busy during that time when like all that like October stuff came out, so I just couldn't read it. This exam is also aid. What exactly does aid mean? I suppose it's what we of the remedial knights value above all. You know, I was wondering why the cutting edge medical advances Trinity has made aren't being tested on the exam. Maybe because our edges are just a little too sharp, Hanae. Come to think of it, I have not seen Mine's LTD. I've seen her like her idol LTD. I gotta check it out real quick. Oh yeah, it's like her under the stars, I think, right? Oh yeah, it's pretty. It's really pretty. Hi, Tsurugi. Sensei, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm happy you want to check on us, but... Take a few deep breaths, Tsurugi. Please compose yourself in front of Sensei. Yeah. Thank you, Sensei, for your consideration. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your studying. Not at all. Proper breaks are essential to part of the process. Tsurugi's so cute. Yeah. Dude, when I first like... like 2 years ago when I first read the story, I was like, dude, Tsurugi's moe is so freaking adorable. Besides eating or patrols, we've done nothing but study for the past few days. We get less free time than most, so we end up having to cram in what we can, whatever chance we get. I hope they release more JTF students, honestly. She's totally right, but you don't have to be so worried, Sensei. Everyone here was well aware of what life the Justice Task Force would be like when they signed up. Yes, resolutely marching forward on our chosen path, no matter the obstacles. By the way, Mashiro is best JTF girl, in my opinion. That's what makes us who we are. Speaking of obstacles, I'm still stuck on this part. Can you explain moral relativism to me? It's a little hard for me too. If something's moral or immoral only relative to a particular standpoint, then can you really define anything as moral? It's one of those things that feel more complicated the more you think about it. Well, let's try starting with memorizing the theory. Of course, for Hasumi, it's eating. Ah yes, I plan to hold study sessions in the large auditorium. Attendance is mandatory for all sisters. Ooh. Whoa. Mandatory is really intense. What if they're shy? I'm failing to understand. We at the Sisterhood strive to live a life free of shame and sin. As students, studying is one of our prime directives. What reason do they have to shy away from their sisters in time of need? I trust the Sisterhood and its members with my very life. Regardless, I have assured them that they may schedule a consultation with me to discuss any apprehensions that they may bear. I shall do all I can to put them at ease. For most sisters, a one-on-one consultation with you is... the opportunity! Yes, Sister Hinata! I must sneak in new ways to embody the compassion and upright principles we preach unto others. As you say, I suppose. I convinced Sakuraka to ease up a little bit. I mean, I know she has good intentions, you know? And in the end, we made the study session optional for all sisters. Okay. Hinata and Mari really have it, bro. The mob chants. Ah, Sensei, hello. Well, I may have been procrastinating on studying a little bit. Truly, you'll treat us to dessert if we do well? I'll hold you to that. Me too, I'll even study in advance this time. Do you mean you'll rest your eyes after taking one page of notes again? Me ASF, bro. I absolutely saw you fall asleep too. I smiled at the girl's banter and went on my way. I was surprised by the two students, both clearly anxious. Sensei, do you have a second? Oh, oh my god, it's the annex bedroom. What the heck? Welcome, Sensei. So this is our room. Don't be shy. Wait, I forgot. Forgot what? Uh, Sensei, we're really sorry. Could you actually wait outside just for 5 minutes? I know this probably seems weird, but please, just 5 minutes. What the hell is going on right now? I decided to do as I asked and stepped into the hallway. After a while... Hello. You could come in. Please come in now. What the fuck is going on? Oh, what? Well. Hello again, Sensei. We didn't mean to surprise you. In fact, we mean no harm at all. Well, these are new sprites. I really like the hair of the of the left-haired one. Sensei's spawn point is now at Trinity. That's why it's called the New Start. That's true. Volume 3 fucking made that fact. I suppose, according to Trinity, you could call us Arius transfers? Okay, but like, why did you have to change? You could have just like told Sensei, you know? Oh. Arius files are so cute, they are. You might not remember about Madame and everything that happened, but one day she just disappeared completely. We're having she was so I'm just like imagining like being in the shoes of the Arius student. I swear that's so fucking sad. We were happy she was gone, but also at a complete loss. You could feel the tension everywhere you went. What would happen to Arius? That's when we met them. Yeah, it was never really told like what actually happened to Arius after this. Around here should be okay. Trinity? Please. Shh, yes, I didn't mean to scare you. I was supposed to wear the Tea Party's uniform instead of this, but... Tea Party? What is that? It's something like a club in Trinity that really appreciates tea time. Damn, that's... What? We could transfer to Trinity? So you're saying people just like went here and... Like Trinity students just went here and started to like recruit them in secret? Yes, I understand where you're coming from. I swear my intent isn't to pressure you in any way. I'm only reaching out my hand as an option. You can take my open hand and start a new life at Trinity. But you don't have to. No matter what you wish to do, it's your choice. It's just, this is so sudden. I understand, in fact. I'm sure this was the last thing you were expecting. You don't have to answer right away. There are people at Trinity and the Tea Party who sincerely want to bridge the gap between us. Not a lot, but enough. That means anything too public would be... difficult. I'm still lost on how that other student found Arius. Yeah, like, isn't Arius, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it, like, really hard to find because of, like, the catacombs or some shit? I don't know. I might be wrong. Even if we could transfer, and even if there are some people who would welcome us, would the other students be okay with us? Stumbled upon the crux of the problem. You see, Trinity is an amalgamation of countless factions and clubs. Dude, this Arius mob is so adorable, bro. I can't get over them. Oh my god. If you do choose to come with us, you will be labeled as a foreign student transfer student in your records. We'll say you come from somewhere far away in the countryside. With the situation being what it is, that's the best we can do. I want to take a screenshot of this mob real quick. Oh my god. Yeah, there's only like a few students that knew the location outside of Arius. The Trinity student is from the Tea Party, so there's a reason they know to go to Arius' Tea Party. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I meant it earlier when I said you could take your time. Because, I mean, I guess, yeah, the Tea Party is like the, what? Like the intel group. Think on it, and if you make up your mind to come, please call this number. We thought about it. We really, really thought about it. Everything was uncertain. Our situation, Arius, Trinity, and... But after all that thinking, we couldn't help but feel that anything would be better than what we had. So you ended up here. I still don't get why they had to like change though. Like they could have just told Sensei. And there's not wait. And there's a lot of other Arius students who transferred here too. Although they're mostly first or second year students. I see. What a difficult journey. Not at all. Honestly, none of it feels real. At Arius, even owning a blanket was a faraway dream. Here, I have a bed. It's so soft and fluffy. Dude, the face. Dude, it looks like she's like sticking out her tongue a little bit. I don't know if it's just me. Dude, look at the pouting face too. Oh my god, dude, these mobs. I just put like eyes on them and they'd be like 10 times more adorable. Well, ours did have beds, but we weren't allowed to use them because comfort could make us weak. I'm sorry, both of you. Well, I hope in this volume we can actually get coverage on what the hell is going on in Arius. I bowed my head in apology to the two girls. What? Why would you apologize, Sensei? Right, in a way, it's thanks to you that we're here. Wait, that we're even here at all. I shouldn't have neglected Arius after everything that happened. Still, hearing that makes us... This isn't why we asked you to come here. With the shock of seeing Arius students in Trinity, I'd forgotten that they'd wanted to ask me something. What did we want to talk about? Ah, I'm so glad we could finally ask. So, our question is... What is a comprehensive exam? Bruh. Actually, more specifically, I was wondering what an exam is, period. Bruh. We didn't do this kind of class studying back at Arius. And we didn't really think we could ask the Trinity students. They seemed like they knew exactly what it was without anyone explaining to them. Come to think of it, like... Yo, do these girls have, like, internet or some shit? Like, is the internet, like, a thing in Kivodos? Like, I'm sure it is, right? Because there's, like, text messaging and shit. That's why we were hoping you could help us, Sensei. Because you're a teacher, right? No, Sensei literally has, like a computer in his fucking, like, office, bro. There has to be internet. I guess these students just don't have access to it, huh? This is our first time meeting, right? Of course it is. Since we're from Arius, after all, we shouldn't speak negatively about ourselves like that. We could try, in front of you at least. Ah. Without thinking, I reached out my hands to pat their heads. Aw. The Arius students recoiled back in fear, instinctively cowering from my outstretched hands. There's a hacking group? Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, of course, yeah. But like... I feel like it's not talked about that often. Maybe it's just because I haven't like read a lot of like the group stories, or like what? I haven't read Decker Groundtonia, but I doubt how that has anything to do with the internet and where the 10 prophets. Sorry, Sensei, we didn't mean. It's because we don't think of you like that at all. It's not. Hey, don't worry. I didn't take it that way. But well, Arius and Beatrice in Control only train about combats. Yeah, that's true. You're right, guys. Can't believe I just glossed that over, even though I already knew about that. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay now. This is really sweet, though. This is actually really sweet. Hesitantly, the two shuffled ever so slightly closer to me. Ugh. Seeing them up close, I suddenly realized just how small the Arius students I encountered, especially in comparison to their peers. After helping them relax a little, I explained the meaning and importance behind their exams. I see. So, even though evaluating people based off a single test result might not be the best method, it could still help students review and learn their material. You know, we actually did have something like that in Arius. Like figuring out how many bullets were, were loaded based off the magazine's weight, or what to do in close quarter combat situations. The methods for destroying halos, so on and so forth. Hey! Huh? Sorry, Sensei, I shouldn't talk about that so casually. You're more curious about how we've been adjusting? Well, we've got to have a school life here. It feels weird to be saying that. Are we having fun? Yes, a lot. More than anything. We've been really surprised, over and over again. There's no patrols or drills, you won't get put in solitary confinement if you make a mistake, and Sensei, get this! They even feed you 3 times a day. It can get hot here, too. I was really surprised by that. Because it was always cold in Arius. Has everyone been treating you well? Yes, very well. They think we transferred from the countryside after all. In fact, they can be so nice, sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. We went to this place called a cafe with Trinity students a few times. And they ordered all these expensive things off the menu without batting an eye. I could barely keep mine from popping out my head. Man, I wonder who these people are. This is so sweet though, oh my god. There's so many different types of coffee and cakes. I'm learning all of them. They sure are delicious. And expensive though. That's why we got part-time jobs too. So you could afford to go to the cafe. It's cool to be working. I think I learn just as much as I work as I do in the classroom. Like how light your wallet can feel halfway through a pay period. That doesn't change even as an adult. Really? I thought you would be like really extraordinary though, Sensei. Like super rich without a care in the world. Facts, Sensei. Living is living, no matter who you are. I kind of like the sound of that. Yeah, that does sound nice. Sensei? You probably already guessed this, but not everyone transferred to Trinity. Yeah. I don't know how well I can explain this, but there were some students who decided to stay. There were a lot of different reasons, but I think, at the core of it, accepting Trinity and the outside world was just too big of a change. I really have something after transferring here. So much of your life depends on where you were born. See, this is like the whole thing about Arius. Yeah, this is like the whole theme about Arius, you know? In one place, people would be lucky to have 1 meal a day. Or right on the other side, people sit and enjoy expensive desserts at cafes and restaurants. This is just real life, bro. This is real life. If you think about it, our 2 schools could have been really close in another world. We don't know what happened to the students who stayed behind. We have our guesses, but they're just guesses. We heard some rumors that those students have cut ties with the outside world completely, and now they're undertaking some guerrilla operation. Sensei, we've learned that everyone comes from different places, and that we should respect people's opinions as best as we can. Even though we know that, we can't help but worry about the ones who stayed behind. Because we still have bad dreams about Arius and everything that happened. Sometimes we wake up in the middle of the night screaming. We started keeping a track who wakes up the most and who screams the loudest. I'm winning right now. We basically woke up at the same time that last one. I woke up a whole minute before you. I don't think that's a good thing to be keeping track of, but okay. We are Homer, Sensei, we need help. Sensei, this might sound strange. But earlier, when you were explaining what an exam was, I just thought that it'd be nice if everyone had the chance to take an exam too. Wait, really? I know it's a little weird. No, I thought the same thing. Why do you think you felt that way? It's a little hard to explain. I think that seeing students at Trinity doing regular things like going to class, getting ready in the morning, taking exams, it felt light and nice, you know? They felt like things students our age should be doing. Sometimes, I hear the Trinity students complain about how much they hate studying. We do find it really hard and all around foreign, but we can't say that we hate it either. Studying is a student's responsibility. We've heard that here a lot. Sensei? I was so proud of them that I just couldn't help myself from patting their heads. Sorry, just hearing you two say that made me... I'm glad that they're actually covering this, man. It's okay, we really meant it. I wouldn't mind if we stayed like this, just for a little longer. So someone's hand can be this warm. It's really gentle. Anyways, you want the Arius students to have the opportunity to study, right? And to try taking a test. Exactly, that's the idea behind it, but there's been something on my mind. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Well, I guess I should ask. This test's full name is the Trinity Comprehensive Exam, right? I know that Trinity isn't the one who wrote it, but... the students who stayed in Arius, out of their intense hatred of Trinity, probably wouldn't like the name of Trinity Comprehensive Exam, would they? And none of them would have ever studied before, either. On top of that, I heard Arius isn't accepting any visitors right now. Maybe they could hold classes at Arius like they do here. If that was even remotely possible, that would have happened by now. Let's put the small stuff. Really? Does that mean you really think there's a way? Because you're an adult, a teacher, you must know all sorts of things we don't know. Finding impossible solutions is a part of an adult's responsibility. For some reason, even though I don't really get it, I still feel like I can believe in you. Asking you for help really was the right choice, Sensei. I also have one more request for you, if that's okay. Could you please look after the squad members for us? Ooh, okay. I'm really curious to how this starts, actually. Where rivers meet. Okay. Oh shit, it's Osaka. Okay, everything's ready. The number you have dialed... Fuck. The number you have dialed is unallocated. Please leave your message after the tone. You've gotten better at making jokes, Atsuko. Oh, okay. I appreciate you noticing, Sensei. Hi, Atsuko. I learned to answer this way to phone numbers I didn't recognize. Of course, I recognized your number right away. Now, allow me to greet you one more time. Hello, Sensei. How have you been doing? Greetings are important, aren't they? Yes, I'm happy you remembered. To your first question, I've been well enough, one could say. I'm still hiding and have to be wary of my surroundings. Even though I need to be careful whenever I venture out, I've found it nice to be able to enjoy my free time as I please. So, I've been well. And what about you, Sensei? Is everything okay? I'm just so glad to see these... I'm just so glad to see the Arius squad, bro. After, like... It's been like 3 years since volume 4, no? Gotta sleep. Alright, calm over, everyone. Have a nice night. Sleep well, man. I know this is out of the blue, but what are your thoughts on tests? Tests? You sound just like a teacher. No, please don't apologize. I mean it in a good way. It was very you. A test is an evaluation of what I studied, yes? I only know of it conceptually. Why do you ask? Again, I know this is very random, but if you had the chance to take one, what would you do? Like an exam test... The test... wait, what? Like an exam to test your knowledge on how babies are made? Alright, Atsuko. That does sound rather entertaining. No, not that! My apologies. Honestly, I have no answer. It's difficult to picture something that I've never experienced before. However, the concept of studying, and then being acknowledged for that studying... Yes. An ordinary student might get to experience something like that. I want to see what the others would say, but there's a certain appeal. There's a possibility of doing poorly as well? I suppose so. Would you give us makeup classes if that were to happen? It seems like a win-win situation to me. But why? That could never change. I know, right? I was at Trinity, and I met some transfer students from Arius. Oh? I understand the situation. They were worried about you. Thank you for telling me. Actually, Sensei, perhaps it'd be best to speak about this in person. You're right. That's not what I was referring to at all. Then what? As I said, it'd be best that way. I want to be able to see you face to face when we talk about this. And with everyone else as well. I'll find a good place for us to meet. 5, actually. 5? Ooh. I see. I understand. 5? We've hardly exchanged our styles, so we even meet from time to time. I know you guys have. Also, it's a bit presumptuous of me, but I believe it's time for her journey of self-discovery to come to an end. Well, only took 3 years, you know. Doesn't she get any input? Misaki always adopts such forlorn expression whenever Saudi is mentioned, but she's also the one who brings her up the most often. It is true that she may simply leave us again. However, for something like this, I'd like for all of us to be together. Atsuko. You gotten really good at asking for favors. Is that a bad thing? Not at all? You think I'll really flourish if I hone my skills? Well, thank you, Sensei. I'll try not to use my power too much. After all, the helplessness tends to garner resentment. I can count on you to help with Saso though, yes? I'd never deny a request from my students. Yes, the world revolves around the principles of give and take. Thank you. I'm glad we have you, Sensei. Hi guys. Huh? Is this a giant ship? I guess so. Why do you seem just as confused, Sensei? What's going on here? I thought it's on a magazine once. It's called a cruise ship, I think. A cruise ship? Yeah, they're not really made to get from point A to point B, but for luxury and entertainment. They have things like restaurants and amusement rides on board the ship. And they also have things like artificial hot springs and swimming pools, so they can do all sorts of things during the trip. I obviously don't know everything about them, but apparently ticket prices are beyond the dreams of peasants like us. There's a swimming pool on the top of the ship that's on top of water. That's paradoxical in more ways than one. Putting that aside, why are we even here? Sensei, this is your doing. Explain. I don't know either. I was told that a sponsor would come meet us. Okay, bro. Wait, what? I thought you would arrange something, man. I came here under the same circumstances as you. What? A sponsor? I know what's happening. I read about this in a magazine. Of course you did, Hiyori. Of course you did. We've been kidnapped for the Octopus Games, haven't we? Oh shit, nah. The Octopus Games? We're forced to kill each other? And the last one standing wins 4.5 billion yen. Ain't no way. Oh shit. All the while, rich people will watch us slaughter each other for entertainment. We're doomed. Completely doomed. I'm sorry for ever wanting anything. I'm sorry for existing. Is this true, Sensei? Everyone, please calm down. Don't you trust Sensei? And on a more logical level, Sensei would never participate in such a thing, seeing as they wouldn't pass the first round. You're right, bro. Really? Is that all true? The reference is good, dude. I'm saying this game, they can reference anything if they wanted to. Saudi? Oh my. You're the sponsor leader? No, I'm not. I also just... Right, that would be impossible. Completely impossible, actually. Leader isn't capable of such a thing. What? You're right. The way you said it didn't feel great either. Well, I don't care how long it's for. While you're here, I'm giving back your position, leader. What? Let's at least evaluate and understand the situation for it. But Saudi, we'll be together when we die, right? Right? Oh, dude, I miss seeing these four together, bro. I really did. uh, let's start with why you asked us all to meet here, Sensei. It's best to review the facts when things seem uncertain. So this is the situation. Let's see. A test. What do you want us to do, Sensei? And I don't want to hear any noise about respecting our choices, understood? The only way to sort out this mess is with transparency. Let me drink some water real quick. Okay, in that case, I want you to all wait. I want you all to get to experience taking a test too. Why is everyone so tense all of a sudden? Well, I'm sure there's a lot to this story, but I'd like to start with your reasoning. So you want us to experience what it means to be a student? Us? And the students back in Arius? Students back in Arius? What does that mean, Sensei? I told them about my meeting with the transfer students in Trinity. The transition must have been difficult for them. No matter how well they're treated, being in a new world is intimidating. There are times you feel scared for reasons you can't identify, or other times when your usual ways of dealing with things don't work. You must be able to relate, Saudi. You've lived similar stories after all. Sensei, I have a question. I've heard that studying is an inherent responsibility of any student. However, what is the purpose behind it? We did experience them, in a way, studying exams. The curriculum focused mostly on different methods to kill and maim. We were tested on our resolve to pull the trigger in any situation without hesitation. I really don't want to do that again. Me neither, Hiyori. None of us do, right? However, that doesn't answer the question either. Why is studying necessary for any of us to do? I suppose one might say we need to study hard, score well, and get a good job in the future, and people want to secure good jobs so they can make more money, correct? However, such motivations don't apply to us. Do you know, Sensei? If it's just to make money, we can make more than enough from what we've learned at Arius. How exactly? Well, I don't know how people found our background, but sometimes we guess. Oh, hi Spookle. Thank you. What the hell? Hi Satilty. But sometimes we get requests to, you know, kill evil. Thank you for the one gifted. And we always immediately say no and tell them shoo. The expression break a halo is more commonly a figurative phrase. So we didn't use it often, Arius. It only came out during conversations about the outside. Or sometimes when we'd speak with others. Thanks, Spook. Or to make fun of something. Yeah. In Arius, we had a much simpler expression. To kill. We were surprised that people in the outside world use it more often than we would have anticipated. Although it meant something a little different to them. That they would use it as a joke because the thought of it was so impossible to them. And not for us. To kill meant to kill. That was it. Perhaps the Arius we knew tread closer to death anywhere else in Kibodos. So, Sensei, tell us, why should a student study? If it's to get better jobs or make more money, then there are other ways. If we're willing to cross the line, there are innumerable paths we could take to reach the same objective. It's because a student's responsibility is to learn how to fight against the world. What? I've never considered that. Explain, please, Sensei. Studying is a process of learning something I don't know, and the entire world is one big something I don't know. This is true. I understand, like how being ignorant of contracts and how they work makes you an easy target. How insightful. I have no rebuttal, Sensei. If I had done my due diligence, the odds of being stripped of my pay would decrease. Perhaps even disappear entirely. That's how you can fight against this world. With knowledge. Knowledge of how society came to be, or of how to operate within it. It can help us understand conflicting perspectives. As we've seen, it can be impossible to persuade someone to see things the way you want them to. Sensei off the yard. He's speaking facts though, and at least they're understanding it. So you think we should look to understand and compromise first? We could recognize, evaluate, and reduce risk from others by expanding our knowledge and understanding of the world. Knowledge as a weapon of self-defense. I guess I can see where you're coming from. So I guess... that's something we're gonna need to survive out here. And the students back at Arius need that the most. Which is why I went above and beyond and asked one more student to join us today. Huh? Is that student the sponsor of this meeting? Aha, so that's what happened, Sensei. Are you sure? You should have told us if you knew that. Forget it, never mind. So who is this student? I hope you've been well, Arius Squad. Now I'm genuinely curious who this is. Of course it's Nagisa. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it when she said, I hope you've been well. So obvious. I'm Kirifuji Nagisa, tea party host and sponsor of this meeting. What? Oh my. The Last Supper. What the heck is that title? The Last Supper question mark. I was shocked when she appeared. The sponsor was Kirifuji Nagisa, of all people? Explain yourself. I wasn't warned of this. Oh, goodbye, cruel world. We're going to be abducted and taken to Trinity. Probably tortured. Just don't take off my fingernails, please. Hiyori, we no longer do such things. No longer? That would imply you once did. The Arius apocrypha must have been true. Dog, what is going on? Sensei? Sensei. Let's all take a big, deep breath. Neither Nagisa nor I have ill intent. You expect us to believe that? Dude, she's standing though. What the hell? Then, shall we start over? It's a pleasure to see you again, Arius Squad. I'm Kirifuji Nagisa, the host of the tea party. Hello, Nagisa, and I am Hakari Atsuko of the Arius Squad. The pleasure is all ours. I'm happy to formally meet you. Imashina Misaki. I'm Tsuchinaga Hiyori. Oh my god, Hiyori. Jomae Sari. I'd expect you to know of me, at the very least. No. Of course we know of you. No, not just you. I know all of you. If only through reports and hearsay. The nature of our past makes you not knowing me an impossibility. You get right to the point, don't you? Enough, Misaki. Let's not pass up this opportunity to speak candidly with each other. So please, you as well, Saori. Fine. Understood. Well then, with introductions out of the way, shall we proceed inside? What? Inside the ship? Yes, of course. I rented this cruise ship for the day, so please don't worry about prying eyes. Huh? You rented this entire ship? Why? The ship will remain docked the entire time. It's not as if I had to hire a sailing crew. This is much well within budget. Now then. This is its own kind of nightmare. Actually, I wish this was a nightmare. Not even adulthood is scarier than this. They do operate in a very different world from us, in more ways than one. What do we do here? Let's accept her hospitality for the time being? Excellent, let's follow her then. You're relieved that I'm at least taking this walk? You see, it's rare to see you so baffled, which led me to believe that these circumstances must truly be unusual ones. If we are already beyond our wildest expectations, it'd be wise to simply bend the wind, yes? If Atsuko can do it, so can I. It's so real. Whoa. Is anyone hungry? This restaurant has no menu, so please, instead order whatever your heart desires. Just order anything I want? How could someone operate a restaurant without a designated menu? They're confident that they can really make anything. Is that how it is? I was unaware that was even possible. Is this meant to be our last supper? This is just... Last supper? What do you mean? I only wanted for us to share a meal. Miss Nagisa, I'd like to apologize. We're not very used to places like this. Could I leave the ordering to you? Of course, Atsuko. Excuse me. We're ready to order. Understood, Miss Nagisa. As you wish. Well then. Is that why Last Supper ? Was the title of this episode? Course after course came out, filled with types of dishes I've never seen before, let alone tried. Arius squad eating good tonight, man. For Nagisa, this seemed to just be another normal meal. The rest sorry. I'm still recovering from a cough. The rest of us were so overwhelmed by the unfamiliar foods, we couldn't even process all the different tastes. That is, except for one more person. Oh, this VGM? It's a good VGM. So good. So good. Hiyori, it's rude to talk with your mouth full. Munch gold. I don't know why I worded it out. Sorry, it's just so delicious. So many flavors I've never tasted. I'm happy to hear that. Oh my god, she's sitting. She's sitting. The iconic Nagi pose. Please help yourself. There's more than enough. Did everyone enjoy their meal? It was incredible. Thanks. Really. I agree. I almost felt guilty eating something so luxurious. Maybe we could get a box for takeout. While I understand how you're feeling, it would be best to exercise some moderation, Hiyori. Boo, okay. Shall we have some tea to help digest our meal? I brought with me a tea leaves from Brinings? It's one of my favorite brands. Shall we prepare it for you, my lady? No, thank you. I will do it myself. It'll take only a moment. Nagisa brewed the black tea with a practiced air, precise and exacting in your process. Don't make me crave tea right now, man. It wasn't long before we could smell the delicious aroma of black tea. There we go. All done. Well, not quite up to my usual standard. I do hope you'll enjoy. The squad trying tea? Yo. It's so warm. It makes me feel fuzzy. This reminds me of water time back at Arius. What the fuck is water time? Yeah, we did have that. Water time? It was a rare treat, but sometimes they did award a cup of warm water to whoever performed the best during training that day. It'd be around this time of year, usually. Warm water! Whenever I got it, I would always savor it with the tiniest sips. But then it'd get cold. It's funny how it was just some lukewarm water, but it's somehow the yummiest thing in the world. Hot water? Warm water? Is low-key, like, it's soothing as hell. Like, I wouldn't drink it, like, every day. But, like, just having it once in a while, it's really soothing, man. But that's just like tea without the tea. Miss Nagisa, my lady, your majesty, anyways, your tea is a million times better than some boring cup of water, of course. Thank you, and please feel Please feel free to call me Nagisa. I was actually the one who asked Sensei to help arrange this meeting. You contacted Sensei first? How did you know? The two transfer students were the only ones Sensei spoke to. So if I could explain... No, Sensei, I believe this would be best coming from me. Or at least, this is why I wanted to have this meeting. Where shall I begin? Trinity's Intelligence Committee works tirelessly and achieves excellent results. Tea without tea. Yeah. That's literally what I think of hot water as sometimes, because I drink tea like, what? I'd say at least like 5 days in a week. So you knew about them before Sensei did. And considering you made first contact, you have all the transfers from Arius under surveillance, don't you? You see... And now leave it to Sensei. Sensei, it's okay, Nagisa. Sometimes you have to rely on me. I'll leave it to you then. You're right. Every transfer student has a Trinity student assigned to them. But they're there to help them adjust, not to monitor them. The transfer students were actually the ones who told their Trinity counterparts about the meeting. And I'm just supposed to believe that? I understand I'm asking for a lot. There are too many broken bridges between your schools, and I am a member of the Tea Party, but still. Can you trust your teacher? Can you trust this teacher of yours at least? I can. You're Sensei, you know? Hiyori. But Sensei's helped us a lot. They could have called Valkyrie on us at any time they wanted. They could do it right now. We'd be locked up in deep correction in the corrections bureau. Or somewhere even more terrifying. Wait, were you pretending to be nice to us all this time? Biding your time until you dragged us away? After everything we've been through, this is finally the end. Life is nothing but pain and suffering. All is in vain. So I might as well finish this fight to you before you lock me up. She's gonna burn her mouth, isn't she? Sensei, is she... Don't worry, that's our Hiyori. If you say so. Should I focus on what I came here to do? Yes, you're correct. This entire endeavor would have been naught if I didn't fulfill my objective. I would like to say something. I will not lie to you and pretend that my presence here today is merely a personal capacity. It's the nature of holding the title of the Tea Party host. Whatever I do will be open to interpretation, and whatever I say will be scrutinized towards true intent. So, I would like to formally and sincerely apologize to each one of you. Huh? What are you... Earlier, you said that whatever you do would be open to interpretation, and whatever you say will be scrutinized for its true intent. Could I ask you to elaborate, Nagisa? I would expect you to. However, it is as I said. The Tea Party host and a Trinity student. And as the one who currently represents Trinity, I apologize to you and to all the Arius Satellite School. But why? We acted against Trinity first, did we not? Yes, I know that the Arius Squad was at the forefront of that incident. However, I also know that the long, twisted road led us here. Arius and Trinity's problems did not begin with us. After the council, Trinity and Arius devolved into what we are now. But today, looking at the relationship, there are ways in which we are closer than any other schools in Kivodos. And you suddenly just woke up one day and had a conscience about all that? Misaki. It's okay, you're well within your rights to feel that way. Trinity should have never banned Arius. Their only crime was a difference in perspective. I believe I've also been personally guilty of neglecting those who were suffering around me. I blamed it on politics and circumstances. If I can reach out my hand to those who are still suffering, I wish to do so. I don't buy it. Seriously? I don't want to sit here and sift through the past. But let me be blunt. Were you, Kurifuji Nagisa, not the victim of the Eden Trinity incident? And can you hardly deny that we were the perpetrators of said incident? So why are you, the victim, apologizing? You can see why that'd be weird to us. When people's actions don't make sense to you, it means they know something you don't. Enough, Misaki. Please, it's okay. I understand your concerns. I truly do. I can offer 2 answers. One the more palatable, the other difficult to accept. What would the palatable answer be? Well, if my apology alone was all it took to quell the Trinity students' body's lingering anxiety regarding Arius, it'd be quite the keen political maneuver on my part to give one. You should have been honest from the beginning. Now, let's hear her out, Misaki. So what of your more complicated answer? Allow me to tell a story of a student who leads the Tea Party in Trinity. After experiencing a particularly harrowing incident called the Eden Treaty, she spent much time reflecting upon what had gone wrong. In her need for answers, she began digging into records of the past. Some were so confidential that even as a member of the Tea Party, she had difficulty finding them. But she was seized with an overwhelming to understand everything that had happened. Later, she was gazing down at the Trinity campus, all the students living out their peaceful lives. The answer finally dawned her. I wonder who this student is, huh? In order for both schools to move forward, the relationship could not stay as it was. What Trinity did was wrong. And so, it should not be Trinity who reaches out their hand in reconciliation first, whether it be grasped or cut off. Reminds me of a freakishly strong pink princess. Yeah, I thought that too. Yes, perhaps it was that very princess that helped the student to finally open her eyes. Hehe. Then, me as well. As one of the royal blood, and perhaps one of the closest to the role of student council president, on behalf of Arius Satellite School, I'd like to apologize for the terrorism we committed against you. I do appreciate it, truly. However, the apology spoken here will hardly be enough to resolve the years of conflict between our schools. I'd like the opportunity one day to one day apologize to the transfer students living in Trinity, as well as those who remained in Arius. A certain teacher once taught me something. Apologies hold no weight without taking the responsibility, and such responsibility must be upheld with action. I agree with that sentiment. I have so much to apologize for as well. But let's not waste more time on platitudes. Why did you want to meet with us? I take it you had a different objective than just bowing your head? You've gone great lengths just for the chance to apologize and tell us you've grown. Yes, well said, Saori. Allow me to usher along this meeting's agenda. Now, I'm sure Sensei has already spoken to you about the exams. Do you mean... Yes. Perhaps this is arrogance on my part, but I share Sensei's sentiments. I wish for everyone from Arius to have the opportunity to hold their heads high in society, if they so wish. That's very kind. Thank you, Nagisa. I was concerned that you'd see this as patronizing or controlling. Because behind every altruistic act lies the possibility of being motivated by a subconscious feeling of superiority. For one to believe that they alone know best, and to judge that others should live as they see fit. But that was never your intention, was it, Nagisa? Atsuko. I believe such awareness around one's actions begets trust in its own way. Doesn't it, Misaki? You're not wrong. I actually don't even care if you do think like that. So, it's okay to me, at least. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate your hospitality this far. So, what is it you'd like for this squad and Sensei to do? I haven't even broached. How did you... This may sound arrogant, but this is what they call street smarts. Leader, you actually look quite cool saying that, but it still counts as a strike, Sao. I figured as much. That was a good episode. That was a good episode. I like that. A seat on the other side. The sun will set soon. You're right. We'll want to hurry. What's wrong, Hiyori? It's just really hitting that we're actually going back to Arius. That's just how the dice rolled. At this point, whatever happens, happens. You've grown, Misaki. That's a mature way of looking at things. I don't want to hear it from you, leader. Always coming and going as you please. There's an undercurrent of affection in your jab, Saudi. She is happy you're back. Even if only temporary. Hey! I want to fight with you. You just think whatever you want, Hime. I was never book smart on money smart. Hi, Akari. Vulnerability is not chiefs among your skills, Misaki. This is exactly what I mean. It's nice to see you all getting along. Is that what you call this, Sensei? For my part, I am thrilled Sensei is joining us. Me too, it's like we're on an escort mission. And Saudi said, I have a favor to ask you, Sensei. Would you consider teaching the Arius students? If you'd prefer to do it remotely, we could make arrangements. I realize this is no simple request. Your safety will be our top priority. And from a certain perspective, moving ahead with this plan would be to disregard the wishes of Arius students. Excuse me? You wish to teach them in person? I originally thought our mission would be to negotiate with the Arius students and support Sensei as they taught remotely. But since you agreed to going in person, it could be regarded as an escort mission of sorts. Sorry, did I make things harder for you? No, not at all. Rather, I'm worried that you're once again shouldering our burdens, and I feel guilty for that. While we're on the topic, why would you risk your safety to go somewhere as dangerous as Arius, Sensei? Obviously for a chance to look cool in front of my dear students. Dude, I love Atsuko's face, bro. It's so freaking cute. That was a good one, wasn't it? I've already learned one thing. Adults are cringy. That wasn't cool. Not at all. I believe they call this secondhand embarrassment. But that part of you is exactly why we trust you, Sensei. That felt like a pity compliment. Even I felt that way saying it. Atsuko. Critical damage. Sensei's down. Are they going to die? Cut the theatrics, Sensei. Let's get moving. They're so fucking real for that. Oh, Subaru. Now then, a big round of applause. Applause? Applause. Let us all celebrate our compatriots' safe return to Arius. Yeah. Hi, Maya. It wasn't exactly smooth sailing, though. What matters is that your halo is intact. You protected what was most precious, so the rest can be addressed in due time. Welcome back, and thank you for returning safely, Maya. Time is still on our side. Yes, Subaru. I'm sorry, we don't even have a celebratory gift for you. No, being back is more than I thought. I kinda miss it here. Subaru reminds me a little bit of Yui Funami. I do not know who that is. I can Google them right now. From Yuri Yuri. I have not watched Yuri Yuri yet. But I can kind of see the resemblance in like their appearance. Oh yes. So how was it? The outside? Please tell me about it. The outside? It was amazing. Lie? And beautiful. I saw so many sights. Glass skyscrapers, a huge river, with bridges suspended over it. At night, there were lights everywhere. Even the bridges were lit up. The way they shimmered over water was like a dream. They had an entire building completely dedicated to playing music. But we could only play in secret when Madame wasn't looking. They held all kinds of concerts there, all through the day and night. Since they even played at night, they decorated it with so many pretty lights. I learned that, out there, people don't worry about how useful their effort is. They aren't concerned with survival. They make pretty things, just because they're pretty. That's so real. And at the markets, I didn't know so many different foods existed in the world. Just smelling them made my stomach feel full. Although that could have been because smelling them was all I could do. And have you ever heard of a water park? They fill an entire area with clean water and people just come to play in it. They even have indoor and outdoor sections, like 2 different worlds right next to each other. I can't begin to count all the things I saw. But with all those new and exciting things, there was nowhere for me to fit in. Yes, I understand. The lights were so bright and everyone was smiling. They looked so happy together. But that's why Because even if I fainted somewhere or fell in a dark corner, none of them would care. I knew that. I could felt that. I could feel that. Some people are happy, and others are satisfied. People rarely spare thought for those who are suffering. People are encouraged from birth that they can do anything, which also means you may do nothing at all. You may do nothing as well. No one takes your hand and guides you through life, step by step. They ignore you. They tell you that, since there's no right answer, you should live as you please. However, that's just shrugging off the responsibility with pretty words, isn't it? You've worked hard. Welcome back. Supadu. I know, there's no way for me to not. Many left here, like you, and returned. Well, some left for Trinity, and we haven't heard from them since. Trinity. Do you want to go too? Never! I'll never leave you! Don't worry so much. I'd be fine with you going, even if you really wanted. I just couldn't follow you. I will never forgive Trinity. That's right. Why would you? I feel the same way, Subaru. Thank you. That gives me strength. Very curious. Most of all, I can't forgive the squad. They were meant to lead us. And instead, they discarded us like yesterday's trash. Especially her. That John Sauri. Oh. Harmonica. So, Sensei, your plan is to deliver these test papers and help the Arius students prepare for their exam, yes? Yes, preferably as the Arius comprehensive exam. Yes, this way it's presented. The way it's presented is important. As Nagisa said that as well. Considering the name Trinity Comprehensive Exam, it'd be nigh impossible for Arius students to accept. And who would grade the tests? The multiple choice questions are easy enough. However, the free response questions are more subjective and pose more of a problem. If, by any chance, an extra print of the Trinity Comprehensive Exam ended up in the squad's hands, they delivered it to Arius, naturally Trinity would sweep it under the rug. Perhaps it was a printing error, or they mistakenly routed the shipment through Kawanishi Station. All manner of items are frequently lost there. Running a school is truly a lot of work. A shipping error, so our role will be both courier and bodyguard. What about the pay? Don't worry, I'll make sure you're properly compensated. I'll hold you to that. I've also got a secret little plan of my own. You do? What is it? I want to know. Don't encourage them. When Sensei's acting like that, you know it'll be something dumb again. I can't help but to be a little excited. I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. That doesn't address our issues, however. One can hardly take an exam without studying materials first. I have no insight into the kind of education Arius conducts. I'm concerned the contents of the tests will be too foreign, which is why I asked for your assistance, Sensei. So once again, thank you, and my apologies for hoisting this upon you, Arius squad. I understand that everything we're doing here is against the grain. If people were to learn that Trinity was attempting to influence Arius operations in any way, it'd be inconceivable to the most. As we are two entirely separate entities after all. How does this sound to you? I'm grateful, Nagisa. For now, I can only say that I'm grateful this is the path you're choosing. You had every opportunity to assert your authority over Arius. However brief it may have been, Trinity did successfully take over and occupy Arius last time. That sort of force would have gotten us nowhere. Which is why I, Kirifuji Nagisa, approached Shale. Not as the host of the tea party, but simply as a student. You know, I can't think of a more roundabout way to deal with a relatively simple problem. Is this what politics are like? It's scary. Really scary. This kind of dance is part of society, I see. I must say, I was impressed by Kurifuji Nagisa. Huh? Leader, are you supporting the Tea Party now? I didn't mean... Misaki, when the opportunity arises, can we really be so picky about whom we learn things from? There's too much we don't know about this world. Atsuko has a point. Subaru, will you play the harmonica for us, please? Please, you haven't played in so long. What? Right now? Come on, you're not going to be shy about it, are you? It's just that, I mean, playing my harmonica in these ruins, pretending to be like lost in her feelings. I've been thinking this lately, but maybe we've outgrown that a little. Whoa, is Subaru blushing right now? To think Subaru would actually get embarrassed too. You got to witness a rare event today. I was away for a long time, so I'd actually like to hear you play too, Subaru. Oh, don't pull these puppy dog eyes with me. Did I do something wrong? You're just playing dirty now. I have no reason not to. Yeah. I really do let you all bully me sometimes. Well, since you've backed me into a corner. Even if I miss a note, I don't want to hear a single noise of complaint out of you all. You always say that, and you never actually do. I remember the day Madame outlawed music. But what I remember more is the way that you'd secretly play for us if she was gone. It never sounded clumsy or stilted to me. I might not know anything about music, but I can't help that I feel that you're really good at it, Subaru. Flattery will get you nowhere. I hope you know. Anyway, I'll start now, okay? It's animated. Sound of her playing. I feel like I'm being welcomed back with warm, inviting arms. We're really back. Yeah, it seems so. I'm glad we got to see that CG though, it's fucking beautiful. Misaki, are you okay? Fine, I'm fine. It's okay, I understand. Yeah. Do you really think it's okay for us to come back here? I know we've already talked about it a lot, but now that we're actually here, I feel kind of twitchy, unsettled. You're right, Hiyori, that's a good way to describe it. I forgot that it's not your first time here either, Sensei. To be honest, Hiyori's probably right. It's unlikely we'll be welcome back to Arius. We're nothing but traitors to the ones who stayed. Yes, that's likely the general sentiment towards us. Subaru took the helm after we left, right? Yes. I guess in Volume 3 they didn't really have time to talk about all that shit. So it's cool that they're introducing it now. We have actually sent a few envoys to Arius in an attempt to make contact with the remaining Arius students. How did they react? Let's just say the remedial knights found themselves carrying out their original duties of aid and treatment. The only intel we gathered here is the name of the student leading them. Kakehashi Subaru. Well, what kind of person is Subaru? Sao knows her best. I can't say I know everything about her, but at first glance, she seems approachable and charismatic, but at the same time, it always felt like there was a gap you could never quite bridge with her. I hate that. Just be consistent. That is a pretty accurate description of her, though. So it's not like she completely shut you out. That's more of a positive way to say it, but, well, knowing you, you'll try to talk things out with her regardless of what I say. Is everyone ready then? That's just how Sensei is. Arius squad, move out. It's nice to hear you say that again. Sensei, can I talk to you? This will probably be our last chance to talk. I don't understand. Why do you have so little regard for your own well-being? Throw yourself into danger without a second thought. Sorry, I'm not angry. I didn't mean it like that. I don't want to see you get hurt or suffer anymore. Mentally or physically. Just your concern strengthens me, Saudi. Really? Then I can keep you safe by worrying about you more? Hi, Alice. That was childish of me. I guess I want everything to work out conveniently, exactly the way I want. Huh? Where is this coming from? Well, I don't know. I guess because we're here, at Arius. It stirs the memories inside of me. It feels more visceral. Sensei? Sensei, I've been wanting to apologize. Oh right, I almost forgot, the transfer students. Huh? They wanted me to tell you something. Thank you. But what? Why? Like how Misaki just slid in. The only thing we did as the Arius squad, well, I guess they never would have been able to transfer if we hadn't. But the stuff that we did, I thought it was all really bad, right? Yes, it was. We should have never done it. I knew it. Regardless, those transfer students, they were really grateful towards you. That's the honest truth. What really is the truth, Sensei? Or even history? My answer is going to be old-fashioned. We study so we can discover and understand the truth, right? I should have anticipated that response. You really are a teacher. And since you are a teacher, you get to ask one more thing? Are all of you keeping up with your studies? Of course we are, Sensei. I do enjoy studying quite a bit, as hard as that may be to believe. Me too. You work so hard to sneak us Blu-rays and notes all the time. Only when I have nothing better to do. I am as well. It's useful for my work to have a better understanding of how society works. Which is exactly what you told us earlier. Atsuko was right. You are a teacher, Sensei. My grand plan is coming together. Sensei, the more excited you are, the more anxious I get. Everyone. What's wrong, Hiyori? Leader. We're back home. That was so touching, Subaru. Encore, encore. Not today. How come? Please, please, please. It's okay if you're embarrassed. No, it's just that I just don't know any other songs. Oh, that makes sense though. We can hardly go to the store and buy more sheet music. Okay, fine. Subaru, right now, out there, it's... You're okay, slow down. What happened? Well, the squad and Shelly Sensei just entered Arius. The squad? They've got some guts showing their faces around here. There's no place for them here anymore. I want to let them in. I agree, I'll never forgive them. We'll give them the same treatment we did those envoys from Trinity. Hold on. Did you say Shale Sensei was with them? Yes, that's right. They're using their brains this time. Or maybe they were the ones who recruited... What do you mean? Listen, everyone. If we're only the squad, I wouldn't even spare this issue any time. But the problem is that adult, Shale Sensei. Just their presence means we'll have to tread carefully. Why is that? Are you serious? Think about what that adult's done here. They're the one who made Madame disappear, remember? Yeah, but why? Oh! Exactly. We have no idea what that adult might do, or what kind of powers they have. That's how adults are. We have no idea what they might do, to Arius, or to us. You're right. They do the most unimaginable things to... Like, they're eating breakfast. Then, what do we do, Subaru? Don't panic, it's okay. We'll go out and greet them. What? Seriously? I can't guarantee this is the right path, or that it's the safest one. But I'd rather try than roll them over for them, wouldn't you? For now, keep your safeties on. Do not disengage them yet. Understood, Subaru. Okay. I mean, honestly, this is kind of how I expected it to go. Oh, harmonica. Breakfast. Breakfast. Arius style. It's really them. The squad is actually here. What nerve coming back here after abandoning us. They were the ones who always got special perks too. To be honest, looking back, you could hardly call those perks though. The big one is Sensei? The big one? I've never seen them in person before. I did think last time they were pretty forgettable. My skin is prickling. Eh? Are you okay, Misaki? Here, lotion! I have some lotion! That's kind of Hiyori, but that's not what she meant. She was referring to the hostility in the air. The squad and Jomai Saudi. Subaru. I'll get to the point. Why are you here? We're big? That's what I'm saying. We're big? Question mark? I gotta go now. See you that one, Planet. Thank you for stopping by. We had business here. Have you been enjoying your time as a fugitive? Hiding around like a rat? Yes, I'm still doing that. So are you here because you're finally tired of your fancy new life? It's a little tiring. Salsa? Sorry, Yatsuko. It feels wrong to be dishonest here. For better or worse, while I'm standing on Arius grounds, I think I understand. I see. So you came crawling back because the grass wasn't greener on the other side? Looks like there's no seat for you here though, so terribly sorry. That's not it. It's just that... What are you laughing at? Nothing. Pardon me. Thinking about how to respond, I couldn't help but laugh a little at my own thoughts. Were you always this good at being unbearably annoying? Thinking about it, yes, you were. If I was, I'd like to apologize. I can't change the past, but... That is exactly what I mean. Fine, great. So then why have you returned? The reason is... so we can all take an exam together! Huh? Sorry? What did she just say? An exam? I didn't mishear that, did I? No, I heard the same thing. I have no idea what she's talking about. Maybe this is what the outside does to you. Hold on, I wasn't expecting that at all. I need a minute to process. No matter how many times I think it over, that makes no sense. Misaki? Sorry, Hime, but I know why Leader was laughing. You can't help but laugh at the situation. And Subaru's confusion was the icing on the cake. I see my word choice must have been poor. I recently heard that stating the conclusion first can benefit the flow of the conversation. No, wait, I need to consider the context and timing as well. If you already knew that, then start with the context. In other words, we'd like for everyone to take an exam together. Are you actually stupid? I don't know how else to say it. Look, I have the papers here. And I'm asking you to why Arius students would even consider doing something like that? Because you're students? Fucking Saudi, dude. You seriously know how to tick someone off, Jomai Saudi. I haven't seen Super Bro like this in a while. Don't you remember? Those two have always butted heads. Like, it's in their blood. Should we do something? What? Why? She isn't doing anything wrong. This is one of the few times I feel like cheering her on, actually. I feel similarly. You could do it, Sao Sao. Okay. Since this isn't Saudi's specialty, I'll step in, Sensei. So you are Shell Sensei. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'd like to welcome you to Arius. Yu Sensei. I forgot that was my name. For now, at least. I've heard about you from Saudi. Why from her? And the other squad members as well, of course. But why? Anyway, fine. You can understand why it's difficult for us to understand why an outsider would come into our territory and demand we take some tests. As a student, studying and exams are part of your responsibilities. Why are you applying to your way of life and thinking to Arius? Well, it's an Arius school, and you all are definitely students, right? We're students? Well, I guess technically are? Like, in a super literal sense. Arius is part of the Academy City, right? What does that mean? Never heard that term before. The Academy City? But people like us, I'm assuming that's just like the sphere of like the academies, I'm assuming. That are like known in Blue Archive, I guess. That's just what I'm assuming. But that's so weird. I've not heard that term before. Could you really consider us normal students? I don't believe that studying is required for a student. That's all I have to say to you. Right. That might be true. What? Hear me out, okay? Just try them out once. Studying, exams, normal student activities. If after all that you think it's useless, I'll leave it alone. Why would we do all that? Just to confirm what we already know? Huh? Being a student is about challenging your beliefs and trying new things? Are you living in a fantasy world? What are these idealistic views? You shouldn't know how to hit where it hurts. Being a teacher means at least being a little idealistic. You say that, but you don't seem bothered at all. Okay, I understand. Really? You do? Yes. I understand very well, now that your view of the world and ours are ruining along the parallel lines that will never meet. Okay, Subaru. Your disappointment is tangible. I thought an adult would be more mature. More like Academy State? Could you elaborate on that? I'm assuming, I thought like Academy City meant like I've never heard that term before used in Blue Archive. Like, I thought it meant like the inner bounds of like, I guess I'd say just the academies, and then like outside is like outside Kivotos. I could be wrong though. Like, I have no clue. Or maybe it should just refer to like how, like Alice said, like it's just Trinity and Arius is still like technically part of like Trinity boundaries. Fine, if that's how you'd like to play it. You can't enter Arius without proving you have the right to stay first. Squad, you were and will always be traitors to us. If you really want to come back to Arius, then prove the value of your existence right here, right now. Safety's off. So this is our only option? What are you all doing right now? This is the Arius way, Sensei. You may not like it, but here, this is how it's always been. Kids grow up with their fists, after all. You're surprised to hear that from me. I'll like to choose that as a compliment. But it's a little comforting. This makes me feel like we're really back at home. Asuka, will you be okay without your mask? Yes, it gets a bit stuffy and difficult to talk with it on. You don't have to fret over me anymore, Saudi. I'm stronger than I was. Understood. Listen carefully, Sensei. Get yourself somewhere safe. Then we'll be at your directive. Why do things always end up this way? This is Arius! This is Arius! If you believe in what you're saying, prove it to us. Strength is power. There's no justice without power, no beliefs without strength. And the only one who can take responsibility for your life is yourself. Ah! Arius squad. Prepare to engage. Here we go. Satellite school is part of the academy but far away. For them, for the specialized study. No, like I get that. But like what does the term Academy City mean? Like does that mean like does that mean just like just Kivotos? Like the city's part of Kivotos? Yo, what's up? It's the GOAT! How am I doing? I didn't have like a particularly good day, but this volume is cheering me up a bit. Watching the stream to witness speak again for the second time, cannot wait to see your reactions. Dude, if you go back in the stream, I was like so surprised to see some things. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone else that is just got here, but thing, everything. It's like, dude, I've wanted an Arius volume. Like, I'm sorry to like all my Gehenna fans that really wanted a volume, but like, bro, I'm glad like one of my top 3 clubs got their own special volume and we get more lore on them. I'm so happy. The Academy City is the whole state itself. Like, you mean all of Kivotos? With the Academy, aren't they referring to Kivotos? That's what I'm thinking. Rawl M.3524. Like, yeah, is that what you mean, Alice? Academy City is the whole state, like Kivotos. That's what I mean, right? That's what I'm thinking. Cause like, they're still part of like I guess the academies that Sensei that are like students to Sensei, right? We've been waiting years for this after all, dude. Yeah, it's been like I was like so happy to see the Arius squad together again. I was like, dude, it's been 3 years. And also seeing like Hifumi, Azusa, Hanako, and Koharu together as well. So freaking cute. And also Kozusa appeared in this volume. Yep, okay, yeah. That makes sense then. If that is correct though, I don't know. Here. Dude, I wasn't paying attention to the combat. I didn't even know if Subaru's like sprite appeared at all. I know that she is like playable already, but my bad. I was reading chat. Yes, you okay. That was a single bullet difference. Though we did still win. Gone a little rusty, have we, squad? Can't deny that. We had our trouble finding our footing. Then, what's your next move? We've more than proven our value here. The rules are the rules, I guess. Those traitorous, arrogant punks. They've probably gotten into all kinds of crazy fights outside. The odds were stacked against us for the beginning. They couldn't even protect Arius. And now they think they can just throw their weight around? Those little... It's fine, Misagi. It'll be okay. It's not our right to invalidate their resentment. That sensei person is just like that, selfish and bullheaded. They're pretending they care about us as students, or they're just waiting for the chance to stab us in the back. Bruh. Atsuko? Atsuko? Atsuko. Oh my god. 2 shots to the chest and 1 to the head. I barely even saw it happen. Those are hardly skills of someone who's rusty. Atsuko? We'll endure whatever you wish to throw at us, but you would do well not to direct any of it at Sensei. I trust you can exercise at least that much reason. They're pissed off Asuka, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm still from Arius too, understood? Yes, ma'am! She's royal blood after all. The air was decidedly awkward and fearful after Atsuko's outburst. With things being as tense as they were, I took this as an opportunity to liven the mood. Alright kiddos, let's get to studying. You can say that, but we don't have anything a normal school has to offer. Our classrooms have been long abandoned, we have no coursework or curriculum to study, and no teachers. Do you really want me to keep going? Don't sweat the small stuff. All you need are chairs, desks, and a blackboard. And I already have some teachers in mind. Oh my god. So, this is it. It's perfect. Let's start with picking up the chairs. We don't have many dictionaries here in Arius. It's perfect. But I guess the definition of perfect changed at one point. Too late anyways, the sun is setting soon. It's okay, the first class is more of an orientation. It's a quick overview and then the attendance. He made his like self-collected demeanor and then the next she went full bonkers. So it's shown in the full summer event as well. I remember that. Are you sure, Sensei? Of course, you can do it, Saori. What? What exactly am I doing, Sensei? You're going to be one of their student teachers. When was this decided, Sensei? Just now? My apologies for even asking. This was your grand plan, Sensei? This is why you asked if we've been keeping up with our studies? Misaki looks so disgusted. Everything makes sense now. But I... Yay, we're ready for class, Miss Jomae. Yes, I'm ready, Miss Saudi. You too, Atsuko? Sally looked distressed and incredibly awkward as she took the podium. What am I supposed to teach? And how? This is a societal studies textbook on social contract theory? I know about this. Class, take your seats so we can start. Huh? Why should we shit just because she said shit? Why'd I say shit? Huh? Why should we sit just because she said so? Well, we're already sitting, actually. Open your notebooks. If you don't have one, use your Arius student handbook. I know each of you have one of those, at the very least. If you really don't have anything to write on, copy your neighbor's notes later. Make sure to write things down. You'll never memorize anything if you just tell yourself you'll remember. Understood. I'm getting war flashbacks to when Saudi was our drill instructor. Before we begin, one thing is of utmost importance I have to impart on each of you. Contracts are important. Contracts? What is that? Some kind of outside world thing? A contract is a document drawn up between two parties to serve as legal proof of their mutual agreement and terms they agreed upon. It doesn't matter how perfect or how strong or efficient when you work. With a contract, you'll never be paid. You cut open your hands, pour out your heart and soul, and then leave with nothing, not even your dignity. It'll happen to you over and over and over again. Do you think she's okay? I know, right? That sounded really personal. Hang in there, Salsa. Dude, Atsuka's so supportive. Saudi? Thus, societal contract theory says that society has no meaning of its own, and instead an artificial concept maintained by the agreement and its compliance of its members. So while it is of artificial origin, society assumes that every contributing member is granted inherent, inalienable rights from birth. Excuse me, I have a question. Oh, Maya. What is it, Maya? If society isn't real, doesn't that mean those inherent rights aren't real either? All that from the underworld she's been through, yeah. Good question. At first glance, that statement seems contradictory. But society is upheld by assumptions and agreements. It benefits the whole to assume that every person is born with what we call our human rights. And that assumption creates a better foundation for society. So yes, none of it's real or true. However, choosing to believe in it serves for everyone in the end. I never thought of it like that before. They have a bell chime? And that's all for today. You have questions? Write them down and bring them to our next class. It'd be unfair for me to ask you to study in advance, but you should review what you can at least. Review is one of the most important parts of studying. How did I do, Sensei? Even better than I expected, Miss Jomae. As a fellow teacher, I was touched. That's so cute. I'm not quite used to being called that yet. This is exactly why Arius is best for me. The Saudi Sensei fan house is canon. I know, right? Dude, they're my top 3 clubs, bro. I swear, I love them so much. I really want to get their Chocopoonies, but they haven't been restocked in like a year. And also tariffs are fucking me over. Sensei doesn't have one. But thank you for saying that. I'm relieved. Then, next up is physics. Miss Imashina. Oh, Misaki teaching? Excuse me, physics of all things. What is this, Sensei? What? Ballistics? Is basically classical mechanics? That's actually true, which infuriates me to no end. Fine. First, memorize the formulas. You're all exercising your brains for the first time, so my expectations are low, at least until we get further into the curriculum. You should be grateful that math and physics start with memorized fucking formulas. If you can understand everything I'm talking about already, then consider yourself a genius. Go become a physicist or a rocket scientist. Although, the smarter you are, the easier it is for your field of vision to narrow just the numbers and facts. Empathy and compassion play their own role in the sciences. Hello, I am Hakari Atsuko, and I'll be teaching you biology. Okay, that's fitting. Let's dive right into the legend. Biology is both fun and important. For example, what is a gene? What is the process for living things to produce offspring? She's like really into that, huh? Atsuko, stop! Stop! Huh? Are you suggesting I skip over important theory, Sensei? Don't worry, you can trust me, Sensei. Then why don't we start with what meiosis is? Thanks, Atsuko. And that wraps us a look at the components and organelles that make up a cell, including the genes. Studying pregnant. If you remember anything, remember that a cell is the basic unit of life. Hi Hiyori. Well, hi everyone. It's been a while. So you see... What am I doing up here, Sensei? I'm not like the others. I just read a lot of magazines. As soon as you mentioned magazines, I knew the solution. Huh? You want me to talk about how people live on this outside? Like, what they wear, what they eat, how they live, the kinds of things I've seen in the magazines? I could do that, probably. If you don't mind me starting over. Hi everyone. This might sound really random, but what does everyone think of fashion? They probably don't even know what that word means. I know it doesn't seem very important or like something you would learn in school, but fashion is really just choosing how you want to be seen. I think that's a lot more important than you realize. And it's a big part of people's daily lives on the outside. In fact, Hiyori's lecture on fashion and daily life was the most well received of them before. Oh, really, huh? Reminds me of that one Dojin. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I love that the teachers were their peers, people who already knew and had people that they already knew and had grown up with. Bit by bit, we chipped away at the other students' wariness towards studying. That's awesome. Which was my cue to step in. From everything we discussed so far, we can draw the following conclusion. A self-evident proposition is something that's clear by its very nature. Wow. Looks like they're enjoying it. Surprisingly, a lot of the students were able to follow the lesson. Except for, like, her. Not everyone, of course. Well, all that is simply part of the school life. And that's a wrap. Great job, everyone. Thank you. My head hurts. I guess it wasn't all that bad, though. Hey, give me your notes. You gonna take your own? I'm not going to lie, I totally spaced out. This will be your room, if you could call it that. I apologize, Sensei. This is the best we have. Don't worry, I actually bought a sleeping bag too. Okay, Sensei. You would pull that out of your ass? Is everything okay, Saudi? Sensei, do you have time to talk? I'll try not to take up too much of your time. I'd like to talk about some things with you, please. Ooh. Scars and what remain. I'd like to talk about some things with you, please. Of course. Did you want something to drink? I only have bottled milk tea or barley tea, though. Yes, please. Either is fine. We sat in silence for a while, sipping from our bottles as we unwound from the day. Saori was tense, and I could tell she had a lot on her mind. By the way, your class today was amazing. Really? Even you don't think you could have done as well? Too much flattery is a little embarrassing, Sensei. You mean it? You knew you were right to ask us? Oh, I used to teach all of them in the past as a drill instructor. But this experience is motivating me to study harder. Teaching is its own form of learning? I suppose you would have to understand a subject thoroughly to teach it to someone else. I agree with that, like the fog being lifted as I begin to explain things. And, there's something else? I learn more and more from each of you all the time. How can we teach you anything? A teacher's job is to guide those with less experience, is it not? Despite what you think, I'm still pretty inexperienced myself. And there's a lot you lose as you age. I get to learn them all over again for my students. I see. That's hard for me to understand. But I will one day? At times, Sensei. Speak a bit like a geezer. Are you okay, Sensei? Did you choke? Are you sick? No, that was the despair of someone who faced undeniable truths. Damn, Saudi like rubbing it in her face. But she's speaking facts. Should I have not used that word? It was my first time. I overheard someone say it once, so I wanted to try. Who would keep notice as a geezer, if not Shale Sensei? Shun? I truly am sorry. Even if you forgive me, Saudi's face fell as she slowly trailed off. I waited patiently for her to find the words as she sipped at her drink a few more times. Sensei, I'm sorry, again, for something else. All these apologies may be ineffective in communicating my intentions. We might have a repeat of the cruise at this rate, a never-ending carousel of apologies that leads us nowhere. I apologize if what I'm about to ask is rude, Sensei. I hope I don't come across as rude. This is simply the result of my resolve to face my crimes. Being back here made me realize something. I never apologized to you, not even once. I really mean it when I say it's okay, Saudi. I knew that's what you wanted to say earlier, so I changed the subject. Oh, I remember that, yeah. We all unks? Yeah. Back then. It's just being back here brings back a lot of memories in more ways than one. Sensei? I still haven't properly apologized to you, Sensei. Ah, I almost forgot about the transfer students. Oh, that did feel abrupt at the time. I didn't realize that was why, though. However, could you indulge me for a bit, Sensei? I realize I'm being a bit selfish. Lately, I've felt stuck in the moment, as if the past is binding me to it, demanding I find the courage to face it. If I can't do that while I'm here, where everything began, I don't know if I'll ever be able to return to those kids. I'll be stuck, wading through this sludge of regret and guilt. Got it. Let's do it together then. Then... Could you show me your stomach, Sensei? Saudi? I realize how it sounds, but that's not what I mean at all. I did try to give some context this time. I need to see it with my own eyes, Sensei. Your scar. The traces left on you, Sensei. Everything Saudi had been saying finally clicked into place for me. So, whether it was for me to for the best or not, I did as she asked and pulled up my shirt. That's... Saudi reached out, her fingertips tracing gently along the raised ridges of my scar. The tremors in her hand were so intense, I could feel them on my skin without even looking. I'm sorry. Sensei, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just so... I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. What do I do? How do I make this better? How do I fix this? Sensei? Our Sensei. How could someone like me... How could I... I'm... Sorry if I sound like I'm moaning. Saudi crumpled onto the ground, as if she was collapsing from the weight of her guilt. Slowly, gently, I placed my hands on her shoulders. Hey, it's okay. Sensei? You saw it for yourself. I've healed. I'm okay. It doesn't hurt, I promise. It doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't matter. I scarred you. It's still there. It'll be there forever. I know that much. I've learned, Sensei. These are consequences of my actions. No matter what I do, the things I've done have left wounds that will never, ever truly heal. The scars of my very existence scattered into thorns that hurt everything and everyone around me. I'll never be able to erase those traces. Yesterday, now, and forevermore. If this is how things are, I'd rather have... Don't ever say something like that. I can't bear to hear something so sad from my own student. Oh, yo, Ankit Gaming, thank you for coming back to membership. Sensei? I can't lie to you, Saudi. There are wounds that will never heal. The thing about humans is that, even with those scars, we're remarkably strong. We bear them, and we live on, together. We bear them, together? That's how people are meant to live? But I still don't know. I really don't know. The only thing I've learned is that I know nothing at all. I truly believe that if I could face what I've done, I could finally move forward from it. I deluded myself into thinking that if I could look at it with my own eyes, I could forgive myself. But all of that, this was all just arrogance on my part, wasn't it? Hey, Saudi. Yes? If you could travel to the past to the Saudi back then, what would you say to her? But the scars of memory can be beautiful? Yes, very broken English, but yes, that makes sense. How strange. I thought about that many times over, and every time I did, I was overcome with regret. I resented that idiotic brat who hurt others and committed crimes without a second thought. Without considering the consequences of her actions, with little regard for the lives she would destroy. I wish I could talk to that brat. After slapping her across the face at least once, I would ask her if she understood the gravity of what she intended to do. I wanted to shake her until she comes to her senses, until she sees how dark and desolate the path she's walking down is. But that's impossible now. That brat is gone, and it's just me. Me trying to understand the very consequences she so selfishly ignored. Since I can't do that, I have no other options to keep moving forward on this path she set us upon. To try to right it somehow. That's all there is to it. Yes, that's all there is to it. And that's more than enough, Saudi. Sensei? Do you hear me, Saudi? That's enough. Even if the whole world points their finger at you. So you do think I'm guilty? Let me finish talking. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. If I can make the better choice next time, and if I've grown enough to stop and think before I can act next time, that's enough for you? If I can promise you that you'll be there as many times as it takes? Saudi sobbed and cried out all her feelings, all her guilt. I rubbed her back, comforting her until she sobs and turns into crows, sniffles, and hiccups. Aw, dude, that was really touching. I'm glad we kind of got like a conclusion to that. You know, something is different here at Arius. What's different? That first class helped to ease the tensions. Now we're able to talk to each other. Their quality of life has improved. Water time is a more peaceful tea time now, and they've been receiving 3 proper meals a day. Of course, the entire district is still run down, but money and supplies have started circulating, even if only slightly. Although, I still don't understand where it's all coming from. Regardless, something has shifted in Arius. I suppose it's not surprising though. Nothing in this world stays exactly the same forever. Does the change make you uneasy? I don't have a name for this feeling yet. That's honestly so real. What the fuck? All I can say is, oh, the smile, dude. All I could say is that it's good to see that their lives have improved, no matter how slightly. Sensei, do you think that there's any hope for us too? We can start building from here. When we start laying bricks one by one, it feels endless. With all that little effort that comes together to create an entire structure. I see. I'm grateful we met you, Sensei. To have you by our side until now, we're truly lucky. Without you, actually, all of us probably would have... Sensei, I'm only postulating, but I have a question. Could I sleep with you here with you tonight? Don't look that shocked, Sensei. I was making a joke. Someone who never jokes makes one out of nowhere. It's a little shocking. I see. I'll keep that in mind for the future. I completely embarrassed myself, didn't I? Who's to say? Well, I don't have the most comfortable room to get back to. But I should still return to it. Good night, Sensei. Sleep well, Saudi. Oh, that's so adorable, bro. Saudi closed the door, paused, and rested against it for a moment. I said I was only making a joke. Part of me may have meant it, though. Aw. Sleep well, Sensei. That touched my heart in, like, unimaginable ways, man. Holy shit. Subaru, are you sleeping? Oh, Maya, no, I'm not. Why do you come in? It's okay, I was just checking in. Oh, did you think I would be nursing my pride, looking over my loss against a SWAT and Sensei? No, wait, that's not why at all. I definitely wasn't thinking that, Subaru. Don't worry, I understand why you think that. I said that's not it. I'm sorry, Maya. I'm just teasing. There's nothing to worry about it, okay? Really? Really? Maybe now isn't the time to talk about this, but... Arius' hatred won't be satiated so easily. By the way, did you have fun today? In class, well... Did you, Subaru? Hey, we've talked about this. We'll never get anywhere if you always answer questions with another question. I'm sorry, Subaru. It's hard for me to say. I've never experienced anything like that before. There's so much going on. But it was also really incredible in its own way. Like, wow, that's how things work out there. And it made me realize just how separate our two worlds were. Actually, that's not exactly right. They still are. Two entirely different worlds. I can't deny that. But a lot has changed here. Most importantly, there's enough food to go around now, so we've taken steps forward in our own way. That's the best part of all of this. I did have a question about that. All this food, the snacks and meals, don't they cost money? So how... Do you really want to know, Maya? Huh? Yes. Once you know this, there's no going back. There's some things that we are better off knowing that will warp your understanding of the world. Are you serious? No. Kidding. I'm kidding. Forgive me? Subaru. It is true though. New knowledge shapes your perspective. It molds the way you view certain circumstances, and you won't be able to unlearn it. Like what Sensei's lessons today. Subaru? In this world, you can't change or do anything without money. Everyone wants the next best thing, but there's a finite number of resources in this world. That's true. Scarcity causes competition, and competition causes conflict. Along the way, someone gets left behind, but society doesn't stop for anyone. Until one day, everyone forgets they even existed, just like that. Just like us. Have you heard? In Kivotos, our particular set of skills there is in very high demand. It's a line of work where our students alone hold a very unique advantage. In other words, Arius has a monopoly on the market. A line of work? A monopoly? Or unique advantage? Subaru? Good, you're back. I assume the job is done? Huh? What's this? But please spare me. I'll do anything if you let me live. Just don't kill me, please. Explain yourself, Subaru. I told you to take care of him. Consider him a present. From now on, he lives to serve you. If you're not happy with it, I'll make him eat lead right here. Huh, no, please, anything but that. He certainly looks the part, but taking him out would be cleaner. Yet none of his assets if I kill him here. Keep him, and everything he owns is yours, down to his socks. You can have everything I want, just don't kill me. I could be useful. How can you ensure my safety? You can turn me on any moment. Tell him you have Arius on speed dial. I'll keep him in check. It's tempting, but you're nothing but a mercenary. You'll stab me from behind as soon as I turn my back on you. I'm no common criminal looking for their next book. Without their reputation, a mercenary is nothing. We're wild cards in a business that doesn't like surprises. So mercenaries have to be reliable to survive. Fine, I'll trust you on this. Good work. The market is as good as ours. Most people barely know what Arius is, and those who do dismiss it as dirty slums. Do you not realize just how filthy the outside world they live in is? Does that mean you've killed someone before? Not yet. What a relief. That's good to hear. You can get paid for doing that? I don't actually do the deed, it's just close enough. It usually works out in the end. It's common to say that people don't change. I've learned that it's not true. When people are face to face with death, they change. It's like instinct. It's always a gamble who they'll become in the last moment. Maybe we change too. Who in this world lives closer to death than we do? Because we're Arius. This might just be me, but money is just money. There's no such thing as clean or dirty money. 1 yen is always just 1 yen. I had the luxury to think about things like... If I had the luxury to think about things like that, I'd consider myself blessed. The longer I do this kind of work, the more I can feel it wear away at my soul. When you attack something that looks human, it gets inside your head. Maybe humans evolved that way to protect ourselves from each other. What do I do when I feel that way? I think about each of you, of course. You're my reason to keep pushing forward. It's kind of like a dark way to put it, but you know. I guess that's just the way they were raised. I've been away more lately, haven't I? I'm sorry. No, not at all. Please don't apologize. Of all people, you shouldn't be the one apologizing. You're the one working so hard for us, Subaru. And I have to do it. You can make up to me by eating lots and enjoying your youth. That's what keeps me going. Not everyone can be happy. That's the thinking of dreamers and innocence. Nobody knows better than we do. That's why the kids at Arius need somewhere to go, a place they can call home. I'm going to build that home for them, here. The kids that were thrown away, the ones who weren't useful to society, they can come here. It might be a little cramped for everyone to come all at once, though. It's like a little bird's nest, huh? Be that as it may, it's this nest I want to protect. Then all those baby birds can live here with a sense of safety. And maybe, step by step, they'll be able to learn how it feels to live. Subaru. Remember Madame? Seriously, the thought of that makes my skin crawl. There are things out there that Madame has never done. Things she never even thought to try. If I lived out my life experiencing all those things, I'd be satisfied. For the time being, that's enough. Subaru. Yeah? Play me a song. Do you know what time it is? I already played today. Just one more time, please. I'm sure everyone will hear it and love it too. Jeez, I don't know how you all turned out like this. Alright, fine. It's so cool how Subaru kind of, I guess when the squad and Madame left, it's really cool how Subaru became like a nursing mother to them in a way. I feel like this will be like kind of like the whole premise and main plot of volume 6. Which will be really cool to see. I guess rebuilding Arius. No way a harmonica that loud though. Is that a harmonica? Subaru? That one hasn't changed at all. Oh! What the fuck? Jump scare. What is this? Who's there? What the hell? What the hell? I feel like I'm drifting into suffocating fog. What the? Freddy, Golden Freddy, jump scare, what is that? What just happened? Is that a trumpet? Field trip 1. Another fun day of classes. Fun? How can you lie to me with such a straight face? I studied really hard to prepare this time. Aw, good job, that's my Hiyori. More. He praise me more. Because there's no guarantee tomorrow will be the same as today. Just because the sun rose in the east today, you can't say with 100% certainty that it'll rise in the east tomorrow. Exactly, that's skeptical empiricism. And that leads straight to... even I don't even know what these words are, bro. Like, I saw that in the book you gave me, sensei. We will now begin the pop quiz. The what? Pop quiz? So it's a type of an exam? Yes, it's a fast, simplified version. I'll read the questions out loud, so please write down the answers on your paper. We talked about this. It's like I can remember, but not really. Oh, I just remembered. She said we could ask if we don't know something. Did she? Hey, what's the answer to this one? This one, I think... Hey, no cheating! Cheating? What's that? During these exams, it's considered cheating to copy someone else's answers, or to talk about it with each other. I thought we could ask if we didn't know. When you're learning and studying. So, exams are a totally different thing from studying? I had no idea. I come from the same school, but I seriously worry about them. Okay, Misaki. I'm a little... the weather's so nice out. Are we looking at the same sky? The one filled with gloomy clouds? But feelings and opinions are subjective. Exactly, bro. The fifth cone. If you say so. Anyway, your point being, we're wasting a perfectly good day. I'm still not following. Let's go on a field trip. Now what are you saying? What? Is this allowed? What? There's some things on life so you have to learn hands-on with experience? You count this as schoolwork since class is still in session? You need that up on the fly to suit your needs. You caught me. You can be a little sneaky at times, you know. That's the privilege of adulthood. Do you want to sit, Suru? Your feet must be tired. You too, Sensei. Did your legs hurt? I don't feel it at all, actually. It's a little weird. I never expected I'd come back to the outside world like this. Feels really different this time. What the hell? Are you okay? What's wrong, Maya? I'm sorry, just remembered some things. Memories from back then? No, it's nothing, Sensei. Nothing much, at least. Maya did say she had a nightmare the other night. That's all it is. But don't worry, Sensei. Are you sure? Yes. I've been the one playing therapist to all the students here, you know. That's true. Sensei, where are you going first? Everything's so bright. I can't tell what's left or right. I'm assuming you came here with a plan? The field trip was your idea, in case you forgot. Yep, I've got it. Just leave it to your teacher. Oh look, is that building made of glass? How shiny. A building that would never last back at Arius. Think the squad members see things like this every day? It would have been nice if they could have come too. It can't be helped. Someone has to hold down the fort back at Arius. The squad. And who they are now. Is it okay to trust them with that? One way or another, Sensei's taking on the responsibility there. Right, Sensei? Yup, I've got it. Just leave it to your teacher. Officially, the squad stays behind us to protect Arius and watch over the district. The district. But the real reason they couldn't join the field trip was something else entirely. At the end of the day, we're still wanted criminals. We can't move around freely. I'd prefer to avoid exposing ourselves. And I was so looking forward to going on a field trip with Sensei. Me too, but it is what it is. I'm used to disappointment. Alright, Hiyori. It is a little ironic that you're the ones who are wanted. Seriously, how long do you plan on playing Fugitive Squad? You! Stand down, Misaki. You're thinking about the squad, aren't you? Surprised? You're easier to read than you think, Sensei, especially with things like this. I'd like to ask you something. Who are the squad members to you? Arius students or something else? No reason for it. It's just a passing curiosity, really. That's... dog. It's a good thing you two look like such a great team. It must be hard to manage so many students. What? Huh? What do you mean by that? My apologies. You must be the student teacher working under this fine mentor. Make sure you learn everything you can from them. But wait, you completely misunderstood. Sensei, help me. What do you mean? They're smiling at me gently. I mean it when you say you got it wrong. We're not... Oh, youth. This is unwanted. Old third wheel ought to make himself scarce. I'm trying to tell you that it's not like that. That's crazy, dude. This is freaking awesome. Weird. All the buildings are intact. Back home, the buildings are all crumbling and ruined. We really just keep patching them up until we've squeezed every last bit of use out of them. And when finally collapses, we just hold a little memorial to thank it for everything until then. It's a little depressing. Here, we're gonna cross to the other side of the street. We're crossing the street? Should I go now? Oh, no you shouldn't. Whoa, why are you pulling me back, Sensei? Can't cross the street when the light's red. Really? So that's how it works out here. But I don't think we get hurt that badly from just a car. We're pretty tough, you know. Try to think of how the driver would feel. I guess I can try. A swimming pool? What is this place? They say it's an athletic facility built solely for doing something called swimming. How is there this much clean water in one place? That's insane. Huh? What now, Sensei? You can't drink the pool water. Bruh. But there's so much of it. It smells fresh, so it probably won't give you a stomachache. Huh? That smells from a chemical disinfectant called chlorine? They even disinfect the water in the outside world? We're so high. Okay, I read that wrong and like in a different context. Don't just forget I said that. Look at the sky, it's so blue. So that's what a river looks like. Wow. That thing's called a bridge, right? How in the world did they build that? It's great that you're all excited, but be mindful to the people around us. Try to use your inside voices, no shouting. Okay, Sensei. This is sweet though. This is really sweet. Are you tearing up right now, Sensei? Huh? You're just really grateful we're so cooperative? Now that you mention it, it's kind of weird. Back then, I hated listening to adults talk. Well, that's because all they ever did was threaten and beat us. Yo, the burger restaurant. I know what this is. It's a hamburger. Yeah, I've had one before. Super buys them for us sometimes. That's crazy. It definitely tastes the same, but somehow it feels different. I wonder why. Maybe because they're eating it somewhere new? Yeah, that could be it. Don't put your mouth on the faucet while you're drinking. But you said we could have as much as we want. It's because other people have to use the dispenser too? Oh, I didn't think of that. Bruh. Huh? You're thanking us for lining up properly? It's a little embarrassing to be praised for something that basic, Sensei. Yeah, if you didn't line up properly or cut in line when we got rations, it'd punish you until you blacked out. That's freaking... Wow. Where are we now, Sensei? It's insanely loud and there's so many flashing lights. This place is called a game center? What's a game? Don't lie to us, Sensei. There's no way something like that exists in this world. Electronic machines made only for fun? All these machines in here do look like fun. Oh no, look. You have to pay to play even one time. That's highway robbery. That's what I'm saying, man. People spend their precious money on fun? Don't worry, your teacher has you covered. Really? These mob chains are so funny, yeah. This is so wholesome, man. I don't really get it. How is this a field trip for school? Huh? We're learning math and a hands-on lesson on functions? What are you even talking about? Wait, what? Let me make sure I heard you correctly. Functions are a rule where an input goes in and the output comes out. At an arcade, you press the buttons, the input, and your character moves the output. That's why it's a hands-on lesson on functions. That's really stretching it, but okay, you know. That was the most creative, original, and idiotic load of nonsense I've ever heard. Huh? I wouldn't even believe the kinds of nonsense that circulates in the outside world. I'm okay with being ignorant then. Thank you. Subaru's expression. Ah, what was that? No way! Just one more game. That's so freaking sweet. Ah, I'm exhausted. You worked really hard today, Sensei. I'll give you that much. So what lesson lies in the park? When it's time to rest, it's best to rest. I won't say that's wrong. Even during the training we were forced to go through, we tried to sneak in breaks whenever we could. You're all so full of energy. You're welcome to join training anytime you want, Sensei. Those days are behind you? Huh? You hope I'm having fun? In my own way, I am enjoying this moment. Right now, at least. A silence fell between us for a short moment. We both looked up at the sky, sitting side by side. The sky sure is blue. Whether it was because of the location or the climate, the sky over Arius was more often than not gray. Hey, Sensei. Say, hypothetically, if someone really wanted to throw their life away, is it even possible to stop them? What? What an expression you're making. Why'd the dark turn in topic? No reason? You don't always need some special reason to bring something up, do you? Is that a serious question? Yes, very much so. So I'd like you to answer seriously too, Sensei. This is a kind of lesson, right? Someone's face flashed quickly through my mind. So as she suggested, we pretended we were in class. To be honest, I don't think it was a serious question. What? Wait a second, should you really be acting that way as an educator? You just want to see your poor teacher panic, huh? No, it's not like that. It's not like I've ever had those kind of thoughts, but... Aw, Subaru, bro. But seriously, the core of your question is one about happiness. How do you go on living when nothing makes you happy? I guess I can see that. Huh? It's idealistic to think life is just about being happy? Ideals are inherently good. They're something to strive and hope for. You're trying to say that complete happiness is impossible? Is it true? Then what's more realistic? Happiness is something that helps us keep moving forward, even if those moments are few and far in between. That's a really good way to put it, actually. That's true. People rarely get rewarded for their efforts, no matter how hard they try. So even if someone is in unbearable pain, even if you don't have the answer, do you? There's just one thing I know. If something like that did happen, you blame yourself for letting things get that bad for them? Exactly, because we probably had a kind of obligation to serve as each other's reason. You know, if that's true, Sensei, I want to ask you, just to know, does that mean you could serve as my reason, Sensei? If things turned out the right way, I think that'd be wonderful. Just like right now, the Arius kids are your reason. What? I don't think I ever said that. Huh? There are things adults know just by looking? Sensei, come here just for a sec. I'm on my way. Seriously. Jumping to conclusions when they don't know anything. I guess Sensei wasn't too far off though. Seriously. Subaru, there you are. Can I ask you for yourself or something, please? Huh? Of course. What is it? Over there, Subaru. Look, in the tree. My precious baby, my kitty. Bro, what is that thing? It's like a mochi blob bird thing. A kitten is stuck in the tree? Must have climbed up there without realizing how hard it would be to get down. That's so cliche. I've only read about things like this happening. How do we get it down? I tried my best, but I couldn't do much. I have an idea. Let's handle this Arius style. Excuse me, please step back. Bro. What are you doing? Did she just shoot at the kitten? Bruh. That made it jump down. Got you. You're safe now. What a fucking awesome way to, like... just fucking get a cat down from a tree. Thanks, Subaru. What were you thinking? Why are you done if my cat got worse? I got hurt. I was just... creatures tend to freeze if they're afraid, so I was just trying to shock it out of that. Arius style is crazy. Dude, I know. What are they teaching kids at school these days? Huh? Look at the emblem. It can't be. No, it is. There are Arius students. They are? Are they the ones who caused the Eden Tree tragedy? What are you delinquents doing in our neighborhood? Yo. This is a child's upbringing. This is why a child's upbringing is important. It's not just their fault. Surely the problem lies with Cupodos. We're called the Academy City, but look how the students' education has been neglected. Other districts aren't nearly as terrible as them. A normal school would have never let their kids run amok like Arius does. That's true. Explosions and gunfights may be on par with the course. But some kids are just bad kids. Bro, like she tried to help though. Come on, sweetie. You just didn't get too close to those people. Why? Just be good and listen to mommy, okay? Okay. Maya? What's wrong? You haven't been paid for 5 days? Oh, this is the beginning of the volume. What the hell? So you don't say you have any academic records at all? Get lost. If you're not going to take the job, I don't even want to talk to the likes of you. I always thought that if it was outside, things would be different. There's no paradise for runaways. But I still held onto my dreams. I fervently grasped for what they call hope. Get a hold of yourself. Subare? I just remembered something. That day happened just like this. Do you mean... Come on, Maya, let's get up. If we stay like this, people are really going to start to judge us. Subaru, Hey, you're safe right now. It's okay, everything's going to be fine. Even I almost got carried away. I can't let that happen again. I have to be the one to look out for everyone. If things turned out that way, I think that would be wonderful. Jeez, that's Sensei. I can't let my guard down around them. Huh? What about Sensei? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Sensei isn't a bad person. Relatively, you could say they're one of the good ones. But not every adult is like them. The world isn't all good either. That's for certain. Subaru? Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, don't worry about me. We managed to safely return the kitten to its owner. That's what matters, right? I think so. Good, let's head back. We don't want to attract any more attention. I like that they see it that way, though. Tea. Remember when we only had a warm water to drink? Thanks to Subaru, we've had things like tea now. It feels kind of different drinking it here. Right? Like everything is so busy around us, but we're just standing here doing nothing and drinking tea. This is amazing. Is everything okay? You look like you have something on your mind. What? No, it's nothing. I'm fine. Really? But what a surprise. Hello, Sensei. A friend told me about this scene. Oh, Suzumi. And who are all these people? Reza! Hello, Sensei, and all the friends I haven't met. What? Hello? Reza! What is the vigilante crew doing here? And not studying? We are studying. We're just patrolling too. Academic, public safety are equally important. Huh? I've already used that excuse? You have, Reza. Oh, that's good to hear. No part of that is good, though. Anyway, who are these people? We're also Sensei students. Huh? Really? Us too? Ain't no way. So you're from Arius, right? Arius. Oh, right. I remember now. I heard about that. Come to think of it, even back then, that idol of the vigilante crew is Uzawa Reza. Yes, sure, exactly. I tried to explain to her as simply and fairly as possible. Did I do okay, Sensei? Yes, you did great. Thank you, Suzume. Thank you. So that's how Trinity views what happens and Arius' involvement. People do tend to interpret things in a way that benefits them the most. Even so. In any case, it's nice to see all of you enjoying yourselves here. Huh? Isn't that, like, totally normal? Why is it nice? I feel like I stepped on a weird landmine. I'm real sorry. No, it's fine. It'd be hard to understand the point of view of a Trinity student. So strange seeing these two in, like, the same, like screen, but I don't even know how to describe this. So this is the vigilante crew? I've heard about that you do patrols around the district without any pay or recognition. That's right, we stand for justice everywhere. Beza? That's impressive. Although, you must have a lot of free time. Yep, Trinity, Arius. Honestly, I don't get all of that stuff. We just do this because we want to. She's so real for that. So, we want to help you out too, in our own way. What? How? Like this. Look at this one. These thugs dug traps in the road to collect tolls from passers-by. And this is the photo of me shoving them head first in their own pit. Yeah. Wow. So that's what someone looks like after being dug out upside down. That's hilarious. And then this photo. I'm glad they're all getting along. Reza can be a little excessively energetic. It's a relief that it seems to be benefiting everyone here. Huh? You guys? If Reza or I did something to offend... Huh? Don't worry, Suzumi. All relationships have to go at their own pace. I understand that. It's just, I wish there was something I could do. I'm so excited to read these two's fucking magical girl story, man. How's everyone doing? Did you have fun with Reza? Subaru, it's just kind of... It's like Reza's like a pet or something. It's like, did you all have fun playing with the dog? Hello, I'm Uzawa Reza. Your name was Subaru, right? Yes, that's right. I never properly introduced myself. Nice to meet you, Reza. And you as well, Suzumi. I really am sorry if we did anything to upset you. Not at all. Nothing like that. If you really think about it, it's a little rude of us to even be here. Huh? I don't think that at all. I'm really happy I got to meet all of you. Even if it's just words, that's nice to hear. Thank you. It's similar to being told that if I just keep on living, everything will work out somehow. I think so too, because there's lots to love in the world, and peace. Thanks, Uzawa. Let me ask you something. Sure, there's love and there's peace. What if there isn't? What if things don't work out the way you think they will? What would you do? Eh? I'll do this to my innocent Riza. Why bring up something that's scary all of a sudden, you ask? No reason. You don't always need a special reason to bring up something up, do you? I guess that is true, but like, you gotta learn about like social cues and shit. Suzume, why don't you answer this one? Me, Understood, Sensei. I'll do my best. Well, it's not as if I think it's a given that everything will always be okay. Yeah, like that's like a fact in life. Things always go wrong more often than not in life. That's just how it is. But I think you have to believe in a way. It's not a feeling as much a choice. A choice of the ideals we want to follow. Ideals, huh? Yes. Those ideals won't be fulfilled today. Tomorrow, maybe ever. However, I can take at least one step a day towards achieving them. Then that's enough for me. Progress isn't an overnight endeavor. It's the culmination of all the little choices we make. That's why we don't look to be paid for what we do. The justice we uphold is the compensation. Exactly! That's it. The answer was so you, Suzume. I see, that was very helpful. What idealistic optimists through and through. Most people see that as a good thing. It makes it easy to ignore the fact that optimism is just a result of good environment and circumstances. That's also kind of true. Subaru? Yeah? I see, right. I guess they are learning something as well from this. Sensei, if you'll excuse us a bit, you two, members of the Vigilante crew, I'm going to take a little stroll with these two. Oh, sure. What is it? Well, I can guess. This has been hard, hasn't it? Yes? I think after those lessons, it feels even worse. Huh? How come? The ones who are all buddy-buddy with the Vigilante crew, they're the same ones who have been trying really hard in class, but for us, we hate listening to those people talk. It just makes us so mad. Are we bad people, Subaru? No, not at all. That's the most natural reaction in the world, at least that's how I'd feel. The world we've lived in, these Trinity kids couldn't even being to imagine. I don't think that's like correct English. Subaru? In the end, believing that everything will work out is easy. Believing that there's no sin in the world, that all its twisted parts will entangle somehow is easy. From what I've seen, those easy beliefs are the ones that are the furthest from reality. Have you heard? These days, the rich are kind. They're nice, gentle, and mild-mannered even. It's because the rich don't lack for anything. Through their eyes, the world must be such a beautiful, peaceful place. But for us, exactly, that's their world. Nothing is like their soft bed of... Our world is nothing like their soft bed of flowers. Privileged children like them will never understand. They can look at us and boo-hoo and pity us. At the end of the day, it just gives us a feeling of self-satisfied superiority. If those brats saw the hell we've experienced, would they look away? Or stand by their beliefs? And just how long will they keep averting their eyes from their own complicity in creating that hell? Subaru, are you okay? Your face, you look... Huh? What about my face? Never mind, it's nothing. Anyways, it's about time, isn't it? I'll let Sensei know we should head back. Back home. Back to our Arius. The Animal Crossing OST. Did everyone had fun on the field trip? Yes, yes. Welcome back, Sensei, everyone. Your timing is impeccable. We have a situation that might require your assistance. Huh? Sensei, over there. Mine? Go forth with faith and honor in your heart. Medicine knows no borders. Mine? What are you doing here? Good evening, Sensei, and to all the rest as well. Mine. Hello, Sensei. Serena. Hello, it's us, Sensei. Hanae. Serena and Hanae too? How did you even know to come here? The sound of someone in need aid called to us, so we marched towards it in accordance with our duty. What? Oh, okay. What the hell? Well, I can't even imagine what happened. But that's it. Only 12 episodes. I mean, there is like 3 more chapters that would be released for this. That was really good. I love that. I love Arius as a fucking club, and I'm so glad to see them get the spotlight once again. Just ignore that I haven't started to read Decagram's Hun. But yeah, that we are completed. Yep, that was a really good read. I love that. I love Arius so much, man. It was so short. I mean, it's like 1 chapter. I mean, to be fair, I don't. It was only 12 episodes, and I didn't stream Hyakureoran chapter 2, but this is like what? I'd say like 4.5 hours to read this. Yeah, and then yeah. I mean, it's fair because there's gonna be like 3 more chapters of this, and I'm pretty sure the next chapters have way more to them. That was so peak. I loved it. Anyways, let me pat Kikyo and then say goodbye to you guys. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I had a lot of fun actually. I wasn't actually having the best day, but you know, this evening and reading the Arius volume really cheered me up. The only other chapter that's so short is volume F part 1. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate all the gifted memberships as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys. I will be streaming all of this, hopefully. If not, then yeah, I'll try to make time for it, of course. Yeah, I might do some revamp to the membership as well. Sorry, I haven't been posting on there, but yeah, thank you everyone for joining the stream once again. I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you guys. Thank you for joining. Good night. Good night, everyone.